Good evening, everybody. So it's time to play some D&D. My name is Cullen, and I am the author of a new book called The Delver's Guide to Beast World. I had to look down at my notebook because I couldn't remember the title. I'm joined by my players tonight, who are Mitzi. Say hi, Mitzi.
Haro, it's a me.
Otter. Say hi, Otter.
How's it going, everyone?
Celius.
Hello there.
And Lexi.
Hello.
Tonight we are going to be playing in the setting of the Delver's Guide to Beast World, the eponymous Beast World. We have spent the last couple of days putting together characters and talking about the kind of game that we're going to be running, and we're going to jump right into it. But before we do, I just want to take just a few seconds, and if y'all want to talk about your characters and say out to our listening audience anything you want us to say about your characters, that would be awesome. So Mitzi, do you want to go first?
Sure. My character's name is Chong. They, he pronouns. They're huge in spirit. But they're short. You know, they're also buff. And they would probably have a time trademark during this campaign or this session.
Excellent. I can't wait. All right. So how about you, Otter?
Sure. I'll be playing Felix. I'm a tall, lengthy sloth. Got a bit of a swagger, or should I say more of a stagger, to my person and my movements. Most noticeable thing about them is their quarterstaff has a big old weird looking jug tied to and hanging from the top of it.
Excellent. All right, Celius, tell me a little bit about your character.
I will be playing the part of Julius Courtright, who is also large in spirit and also large in body. He is big, dumb, but he is going to be trying his best.
All right, and finally, Lexi.
I'm going to be playing Kana, an armadillo from the Balik in Arnaria. It's a big desert, and she has been out there roaming the desert for years as a monster slayer.
Great. So the four of you and I talked before game a little bit about your background and the fact that you have never met before. So I'm going to put you into the kind of place where you're going to be starting, and then we will get started. So first of all, I want to say Celius and Lexi are a little bit more familiar with the Beast World because they are also working on the book with me. They are co-owners of the company, and like they're in the office every day, so they have a little bit more familiarity. And then Mitzi and Otter do not. They are. This is their first time playing in it, and like largely the first time hearing about it, which is super exciting for me because I love to introduce people to the world. And it gives me an opportunity to kind of present it, you know, as if we were new and not looking at it for 12 hours a day. So it'll be good. So that's all I've got. So let's get started. So the first thing I want you to know is your characters are dungeon delvers, and dungeon delvers wander the beast world in wagons, house wagons that travel in caravans from one end to the other, seeking entrances to a world-spanning dungeon that runs underneath the beast world, popping up here and there like weeds. And where it pops up, trouble certainly follows. And your characters have made a career out of chasing that trouble and turning it upside down and shaking money out of it and making your living by doing that. And people become delvers for all sorts of reasons, the same as any other, like, D&D adventurers in any other setting. You might be a delver because you have been touched by some problem that inspired you to action. You might be after fame or riches, or any one of a number of other, motivations. But no matter how you came to be a delver, you joined up with a wagon caravan, one of several towns of these delvers who travel around looking for leads into the dungeon. The four of you right now are between crews. You are part of a kind of free agency, people who haven't found or have recently split from their crews. And you're kind of trying it out with each other. You've just come into a city, which I'll come back to in just a second, but the four of you have not spoken much before. Some of you were referred to each other by friends, or maybe you were picked up just as you were on your way out. I'll let y'all decide that. But no matter how you just came to be a crew. And you just came to be a crew as your caravan entered the city of Louvain. And the city of Louvain is the biggest city in the Beast World. It is a massive metropolis at the center of the homeland of Alamance. It is a center of culture and a diverse sort of melting pot of different species from all of the homelands who gather here to trade and share their lives among each other. It also happens to be the seat of the Queen of Alamance, which is the larger kingdom surrounding Louvain, the Wolf Queen of the Lupine Throne. This city is dotted with rabbit clothing boutiques, where Celerine rabbits and squirrels kind of have these studios where these cutting edge fashions are designed. And then between them are small coffee houses and bakeries that sort of dot the center of the city. And you would imagine that it would be a rich sort of scene, but actually both the posh nobility and also this sort of rough-handed working class both spend a lot of time here. And there's a sort of mix of different types of people that participate in this style culture. Another thing to know about Louvain is that it is polychronic. And if you're not familiar with that word, polychronic means the people of Louvain and Alamance at large largely go by their own pace. They don't make appointments and delegate their time between tasks, which they do until it's finished and then the next thing. Rather than scheduling themselves, their different tasks and things throughout the day sort of meld together, and it makes for this very those of you who are more regimented would see this as sort of disorganized and even frustrating. But it makes for a very unique scene where people who are in the middle of doing work will stop for however much time they need to meet with acquaintances or do something else. Everyone is constantly multitasking and sort of moving together and separately throughout time with a different sort of regard for it. So in that way, it's fast and then it's slow. So Louvain is bustling with people, and there's people moving about all at the same time. And in the upper terraces of these coffee houses, you have people who are just sort of lazing about, and they're sort of talking with each other and spending time enjoying a sunny day. So the four of you are in the city of Louvain. And most of this city is this dazzlingly beautiful center of the world. But you are on the other side of that. I'm going to pick up with the four of you at the front of a jailhouse. It is a squat stone brick of a building that sort of sits underneath and behind Louvain Castle, which is the main palace of Alamance. And this is sort of, it has its own entrance around the back and underneath the castle. It's this place that faces a bog at the edge of the lake that the castle is on. And it's sort of presented both like in facing and also in presentation itself as a kind of place of shame and remorse. It's undecorated. There's a dirt road that leads up to it. And the four of you are standing in the late afternoon at the great reinforced wooden door of the Louvain jailhouse. You are here because the paladin Justine, who has been traveling separate from you but related to one of you, has just been arrested. As you were heading through the city, the paladin Justine was seen in the back of a barred carriage being taken to the jailhouse. So you stand there now outside the door talking with each other.
If I may, I look at the foreign like, so who was that again?
That was my sister, who is innocent, and we need to get her out.
Chong just
And
has
what
this
exactly
look
is
of-
your plan for that?
I will knock on the door, and I will tell them that she is innocent.
Is that how diplomacy works here in Louvain? That's new to me.
I mean, she clearly didn't do anything, so I don't see why they would keep her. Right? So if we
Do
just explain
we-
the situation,
Know what she's been accused of?
I can't imagine anything at all. It's probably just a mistake.
Is your
So the
sister
four of you-
anything at all like you?
She is me, but better.
I can
So the four of you
understand how she
stand in
might have
front,
gotten
in front of
mistaken
the
for.
door. And there's no one coming or going right now. It's fairly quiet. So what do you do?
I mean, I'm going to go knock on the door, I suppose. I mean, that's how this works, right?
All right, so Julius walks up to this heavy door and sort of bangs on it. There is no answer. Now you know that Justine just came into here. You saw so far as the carriage rounding the bend to the front of the building as you followed it. So you know that the carriage came through this wide door and went into there. You can even see the tracks, but there's no answer.
How vexing.
I'm just gonna kind of wander up, very much invading your personal bubble at the door, and hello, we're coming in, and try and open the door.
Good thinking.
Okay. The door is unlocked. You swing the door open and enter into a really kind of gloomy front hall to the jailhouse. There is a heavy barred, basically a wall of bars at the back of this tall ceilinged room, and a sort of squat stone table in front of it, which sits directly in front of a wide gate in the wall of bars. Sitting at the stone table is a really unkept wolf. He's like he's slightly overweight, but it doesn't seem like he is generally taking care of himself anyway. His clothes are sort of hanging out of his medium armor, and his hair looks like he rolled out of bed and walked over here. His eyes look a little bit sleepy, and he's pretending to read a book when you come in. He sort of looks up. I think we're closed.
I'm going to very, not in my own balance, lean on my staff as I come through the door. Well, the door was open.
No, it was closed. The door was closed. If it was open, there would be wind. Who are you? Who are all of you? Hold on. Give me a second here. He pulls his chair out and he stands up. And he kind of shakes himself off and gives himself a moment to kind of reacquaint himself with being awake. And he sits back down. All right. Welcome to the jailhouse. What can I do for you?
Julius will take a step forward as well, and he takes a moment to just kind of pose like he thinks a heroic pose would look like. Chin up, hand on his hip, and then he says, I'm here for my sister. She's been arrested and she should not be that. So if you could just take care of that for me, that would be wonderful.
You want me to take care of it?
Yeah, let her go, and that will be the end of it.
Man, dude, I can't do that. I don't have the. Oh my god. What are your?
Man, I completely understand. Maybe you could tell us why she was brought here?
There's 40 people back there. Who are we talking about? Are you talking about the lady that just came in with the driver?
Yes, the
Yes,
squirrel
her.
that looks like me. Me, this one.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, the
The
hero.
Yeah.
You're talking about that Dramphinian, the paladin, right?
So
Yeah,
them.
that's a trip. I tell you, that's a paladin in jail is usually bringing someone else in, right? It's kind of funny. Oh, I guess it's not funny to you.
No.
I don't know. I guess it's not funny at all.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, come back in. Oh man, what does my boss usually say? Come back in 2 weeks. That sounds right.
I kind of sidle up. Chong sidles up a bit towards Julius, and kind of pulls, because they're very short, so they just pull on Julius, is it, or Julius? Julius.
He will
So
bend down.
they will pull on Julius's clothes and say, I think I know how this goes. How much money do you have? We can chip in. Maybe that will work. Just do a little. And then Chong does this motion with their hands, just do a little,
What? Oh. What?
We
Oh.
we do it while I was traveling, okay? Just trust me. Just say you want your sister to be free,
Okay.
and then you will thank this person for his services, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
With this advice in mind, Julius will walk up a little bit take out a single silver piece and say, "You know what to do with this, right? You know what she's. You know what? Yeah, let her go."
The man behind the table takes the single silver piece and kind of looks at it. Man, what? Oh, this is like one of those like. Oh, okay, yeah.
What
The
is-
four of you are like those guys, the like the tunnel guys or whatever, right? You're with the wagons.
Delvers, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
what
yeah,
are the
that's it.
charges?
Okay, yeah, they told me that like if something ever happened with y'all that you would try to do this, that like the first thing they try to do is like they just give you a bunch of money because they have like so much money and they don't know what to do with it, so they just kind of pour out a bag onto the table and then they be like, crimes go away now, which I dig. Like I get it, like my family's like, yeah, we have experience with that, like that's chill, but I can't do that. Like I would get fired. Like I really need to keep this job because I have had like 8 jobs in the last 4 months, and if I lose this job, my family is gonna be really pissed. So like I can't let anybody out of jail for like a silver piece, or like I don't know, if you give me like a big brick of like irradiated platinum, I can't do it. Sorry. Like I can't take your weird monster money.
If it's all right, at what the person said, Chong kind of like looks and then has this look of, you know how like cats look when they're begging,
Yes.
basically like that, and then they're like, look, I know how hard it is to have your family be proud of you and finding a job that actually works for you. Trust me, I came from island to island. I was traveling, looking for myself, and I found out years later, dungeon delving might be the thing for me. And maybe this job isn't the one you really want. So do you really want to keep this one for some people who might not have even done anything? Like, hold on, let me
Well, I
rephrase that. Like, are you really going to do this job for bosses who don't really care about you staying here or not? Because that's how it sounds like to me.
I would like you to roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. I am terrible at rolls. Let's see how this goes.
Hey, 20 faces on the die. And the one, what's the one that's on top? 7.
7.
Lucky 7. Okay. What do you add? What do you
Off
add
to
to
a
the
good
7? I don't
start.
know.
No. It's already. It was a 3, and then I added a 4. It didn't do
Good.
much.
Okay. So he sort of looks bleary-eyed up at you. What? I didn't choose this job. I was like okay, so I was let's see. I was a page, and then I was like a squire, and then they tried to get me to work in like some like earl of something. I don't know, like my third cousin is like, man, so my third cousin's aunt or something is the queen. I don't know, I've never met her, but like because of that, my family gets me a lot of jobs. And what were you saying?
While he is doing this explanation, Kana is
Yeah.
going to look about his desk or anything else like behind him to see if she can see any papers or anything that might involve this.
Yeah. So sitting on the desk in front of him, the book that he was pretending to read is the register for the jailhouse. And the last name at the bottom of the page is, sure enough, Justine. Paladin Justine of the Dremphinian Order 16th is written on the page.
Any other information, charges, that sort of thing?
The time of intake is given, and the date of the trial is actually given too, which is 9 days from today. In addition, there is a charges section that just says smuggling.
It's going to kind of walk to the side of the table and sort of point at that and say, it says here she was brought in for smuggling. Surely you've learned something about that, heard gossip. Not every day a paladin comes in.
Yeah. My boss was talking about some smuggling ring, like, I don't know, some like, I can't remember. It was like in the scholars' quarter or something. Like there was like stuff being taken, and they were looking for the person who was doing it. And that meeting was really long. Shit, you don't work for my boss, do you?
No, I most certainly do not.
Just chill. That's good. Good, yeah.
My guy, I think you just need to calm down. This has been a weird situation.
Yeah, I'm pretty worked up.
Maybe this will help calm things down a little bit. And I'm just gonna like unhook a cup from my belt and lean up to the jug and pour out a cup of beer and hand it to the wolf.
Dude, you're. Oh, did you see this guy? This guy's walking stick is a keg. Oh, that's so rad. And he takes a big drink, and it is gone. You don't even see his throat move. It just sort of empties into his body as if he was built to do this. He sets the cup down on the table. Oh man, you just made my day. What's your name, dude?
My name is Felix.
Felix. Cool. I was like, I'm feeling it, right?
Sometimes.
Anyway, yeah. My name's Antoine. Antoine Andalesia, but you can call me Ant.
Hey, it's good to meet you.
Yeah.
So now that we're calm and chill,
totally.
Can you remember anything else about this long meeting that may help us?
Oh, yeah, the meeting.
We're convinced that she didn't do whatever she was charged for, and information may help us.
So one of the things they told us this meeting, they said we're not allowed to have girls in the guardhouse anymore because, like, I guess like they've been having a lot of problems with like girls coming and going, and like stuff's getting stolen from the guardhouse, and like they think it's the thieves' army, and like it's like a big deal, and you know. Oh, sorry, yeah, about the smuggling thing. Oh man, let me think. Right, yeah. So the smuggling ring, yeah, and he starts and stops a couple of times, and then finally he comes to the answer. Yeah, so they've been looking for a couple of weeks, and they were going to do this big sting operation, and I guess that's how they caught her. They must have brought her in today after the sting. They probably did like a whole questioning thing. They were talking about that. They were talking about like attack vector and angle of assault, and it was a lot of strategy. And I was a part of that conversation. Like I was right there, figuring out the particular individual's situation. but yeah, I can't just let her go. I like my boss is gonna be really pissed. Like they've been trying to catch this lady for like a long time.
And can we maybe meet you in the middle?
Well, yeah. Like, is that like a new bar?
It was in the last town the caravan I was in went through, but no, would you allow us to speak with her? You don't have to let her go, we just would like some information if that's something we could make work. I mean, I've got another cupful for you if you'd like.
So Antoine leans forward in the table, and you've never seen someone so obviously trying to formulate a plan before. His entire face and body language sort of focuses in on whatever it is he's thinking about for a few seconds, and then he looks up at you with this sly look. How about you do something for me, and then I'll let you talk to her.
Is that standard prison policy here?
That's my personal policy.
You know what?
You
That's
are-
what's important. Just let us know what it is. We'll tell it. We'll discuss
Right.
if it's good for us.
Yeah. So my manager, his name is Alistair. And so he's like a total hard ass. And like he's constantly writing me about stuff. And he scheduled me for like 4 days a week. And I got a lot of stuff. Like I got a lot of stuff going on. I got like this I got this meeting with these bands, and I'm trying to put together this promotion, but I can't do that if I'm always here. You know, you vibe with me. Like, so I what I want you to do is go talk to my manager, and if you can get him to ease off on my schedule a little bit, then I might be able to help you out. Like, I would see you as like confidants, you know? He looks very hopeful.
What if
I-
we watch the jail for a bit while you go have your meeting?
Dude, no. No, this was in training. They talked about this in training. They were like, okay, what did they say? They said, don't let anyone offer to sit at the jail for you if they don't have the uniform. And you don't have the uniform, so I know, unless you forgot the uniform, and then like I could take the rest of the day off because like you're my relief and you're here early, that would be pretty chill. Like maybe you're like one of those like hardworking, like, you know, career climber types.
Are there extra uniforms?
Do you have any spares? Yes.
Oh, like, yeah, they gave me like 3 work shirts when I started. And I kind of burned one of them a little bit. And they told me not to wear that one anymore, but it's in the back somewhere. You could go back and look for it, but if you just forgot it, then I'm gonna go. Like, if you're here to relieve me, then I want to go. Right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But
Chill.
hmm,
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. So like, so you're definitely part of the Crown Guard, right? Like you're not shitting me, right? Like,
Oh no. All good. And then
which
Chong
one of
just
you? You are Chong? I didn't know
Uh,
that, but that's awesome.
yeah. I go by many jobs, you know, like the gig economy, all of that. I have to do a few things here and there.
Right. That does make sense. Hmm.
I'm more of a consultant, really, but I'm here anyways to help relieve you and make sure that you can have the rest of the day off then.
No idea.
Crown Guard consultant. Yeah, I love it. You're like one of those like security forces, like PMC types. Love it. Love it. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
okay. So, due diligence done.
Yeah.
I really want to leave and not come back for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I mean, we should have started with that. Honestly, I don't. That's
Yeah,
great.
I didn't know that y'all were Crown Guard.
Yeah. I
That's chill.
realized that I need that silver back.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulls out like a bag of money, and sets it on the table. He's like, oh man, like, okay, hang on a sec. And he's sort of
Yeah,
rooting
yeah,
through
please.
a bag of platinum pieces. He has like 35 platinum pieces on his person, and he's just sort of rooting through it.
Yeah. Finds the
and
silver one.
yeah, he finds the one that's the least nice coin in this bag, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here's your bribe back, dude."
Like, yeah, I didn't know that's what was happening.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, yeah, that's why like they got me this job because like I have like a lot of situational awareness and like I have the eyes of like a hawk,
Very
and I
impressive.
see crime like a crime hawk. Anyway, I'm gonna leave, and he stands up.
My guy,
Uh,
I have one question for you before you take off from your shift for the day.
and I have one answer for you as I'm taking off my shift for the day.
What is the name of your band?
Oh, dude, we are the Killer Crocs. You like that? The Killer Crocs. Yeah. And we play on Saturday nights. Yeah, down in Midtown. Like we try and find gigs. Like if we get a gig, I'm gonna let you know. Like where are you staying? Oh, you're in one of those caravans. Damn. Well, I'll try and figure it out. Yeah. I got connections and stuff. Like I'm on top of it. Like I got all kinds of like, influence. Anyway, he picks up his weapon. He's got like a longsword that has just sort of been sitting like it had been propped against the wall but fell over. And he picks it up and he's like, "All right, chill. So I'm gonna go. So if you need anything,
Julius,
just,
before you go, where are the keys, real quick?
oh, the keys. Yeah. If you're gonna relieve me, you're gonna need those, huh? Hold on.
Yes.
That's why she consults.
Oh shit. Where are they? Hold on a sec. I gotta look for them. And he starts looking around.
Oh, I certainly hope you didn't lose them.
He starts looking around, and eventually he finds them under the desk. Oh, here they are. Yeah, cool. Here you go. I'll leave them on the table. No, I'm supposed to hand them off. They said that at training. They said if you're gonna hand off the keys, you got to make sure you're always got them on your belt. Or, well, I guess I already fucked that up. All right. Anyway, so he hands them to you, and then all right, so I can go.
She
go.
puts the keys on her belt to make it clear he can go.
Cool. All right, so I'll see you later. Yeah.
Good luck with
Delvers.
your promotions. I
Oh, you
wish
should
the
start
best
a
of
band
luck.
and call them the Delvers. That would be hot. All right, bye. And he leaves. He just walks out.
At least he pays attention to his training.
So now you're standing at the front of the jailhouse with the keys to all of the cells on your belt. What do you do?
It's one of the keys for the door up front that Julius left through.
No. Well, probably. I mean, you're looking at like 40 to 50 keys, and most of them look pretty much the same. They have letters engraved on them, but they do not mean anything to you.
Right. Could you all give me a moment? I'm going to lock that door if it's on this thing. She's going to try the different keys.
So after a minute, like you're going through key, and as Kana's going through the keys, I want you all to roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Kana too.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh.
Help if my dice
I'm
need
I'm
all
taking
the
out
hate.
all of the bad rolls. I'm
Let's get him out of the way
manifesting.
now. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, because I rolled a 2, so that's gonna be a 5.
5. 5. On a D6, that would be really good.
Yep.
Kana
All right,
rolled
Lexi,
a
what you got?
1, which comes out to 6.
Cool. Cool. All right, Celius, what you got?
I rolled a 23.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Julius is on it. This is
Julius
his
the
element.
Perceiver.
He's ready to put in his shift here, since we've apparently taken over.
Otter, what you got?
A unnatural 20.
Oh, the unnatural kind. All right, so 13 or better. You notice a smell. There is a smell, and it has taken some time to get to where you are. But it's undeniable. You smell, it smells like vinegar and embalming fluid and old garbage. And it's very, very faint. It's like as if vinegar and embalming fluid and old garbage had been here a few days ago. But it's the kind of smell that, you know, wherever it is way worse than it is now here.
I kind of take a second to sniff myself to make sure it's not me and go, oh, okay, good. Do you guys smell that?
It's not coming from you.
I do.
Had
Yeah.
to check.
Is that you?
Smells under my arms again? No, I don't. I don't believe it is.
Anna has found the key, and the door is now safely locked.
Oh shoot!
excellent.
I'm so sorry.
What are you
y'all.
two talking about?
They were
Dinky.
talking about a smell or something,
Yeah.
and I'm so sorry. I didn't think anyone would be able to catch it. I had to like go to the corner and everything, but I'm sorry.
I don't. I mean, I wish you hadn't done that, but I don't think that's what it is. Different.
Okay, so Kana, you've got the keys. What are you doing?
She's gonna, since they're mentioning this like odd scent, she's going to poke around this entrance area to see if there's anything. But then, if she doesn't find anything, she will do something else.
Okay. Yeah. So what is she looking for? There's just the desk, and then like there's a fair amount of space behind the desk where a whole carriage could come through, bringing people into the jailhouse. There's a sliding door behind her that is locked with a lock that looks very similar to the one on the door. And past that, around the corner, is the jail.
Okay, so there's like no obvious like, not like any crates or bags or anything in here, nothing like that.
No.
Okay, she's gonna wave the others over to the door into the jail.
Okay. So the same key that locks the front door also locks the sliding door into the jail. Or more relevantly to you, unlocks it. So you turn the key, and this sort of heavy iron clunk releases the door, and it slides open with a sort of hollow sound that echoes throughout the stone hallway. You head down the hallway and around the corner to the right, where you see a dual level. So there's this sort of mezzanine floor, dual level jail with 40 or 50 or so cells holding wanted and arrested people from Louvain. Most of them are just sitting around. Only about maybe a third of the cells are full. And about 3/4 of the way down this hallway, which you walk down the center of with cells on either side of you, there is Justine. She is sitting on a stone bench at the back of the cell, looking forward with this intense expression when the four of you pass her cell.
Stop, obviously, and there will be a moment where Julius sort of apprises this situation. What is she dressed in? Has she been?
She has her full getup on,
Okay.
which is characteristic of her. She is dressed like a paladin. She has the symbol of the Moonwolf Dramphine emblazoned on her chest piece, and she has a white cloak that she has draped around her. The cloak is a little bit dirty and stained, and the armor looks a little bit scuffed and worn. That said, she doesn't look injured. However, as you have come closer to the cell, you have noticed, and all of you have noticed without any rolls necessary, that the smell is getting worse. That smell of vinegar and garbage is getting worse and worse and worse until you get to the cell. There is a decent chance with your detective skills that you know that it's coming from inside. Justine is sitting on the bench, just sort of staring straight ahead.
Is this her, Julius?
Yes, it is. I don't know why she's here. Perhaps we should talk to her.
He hasn't looked up at Julius since, and the four of you are standing in view of the cell. Like, you were standing at the bars of the cell, looking in. She is cloaked a little slightly in shadow, and you can see her eyes just staring straight ahead, right past as if through you.
Julius will step up, each footfall, clank of metal. He's dressed in a very similar way, almost as if he's tried to copy her garb.
Sure.
And he poses for a second, very serious, and then waves, like both arms, like trying to get her attention.
What?
Wow. It's. What are you doing here? What is this? What's happened?
She stares off into space for a moment and then snaps back into focus. Julius, brother, I am here in prison because of crimes.
That's terrible. How could you do such a thing?
What do
Certainly
you
no
want?
foul play involved here.
Yeah.
Julius, roll me an insight check, please. In fact, because this is your sister, roll it with advantage.
Oh, yes. I rolled a 4 and a 6. Plus 1, so 7.
Never mind. No. 7 is good enough. It's good enough.
Sure.
Your sister is acting a little bit weird.
She's a little something's happening here.
This is wholly uncharacteristic of her.
This is very uncharacteristic of her. I turn to the party. What is this? What's happening here?
I am in prison for crimes.
No, not you. I'm talking. I turn around, wholly, to look at the other three.
Sure.
This is weird.
Kana's going to actually look behind us at the cells immediately behind us and between here and the door. Are any of them occupied?
The cells between.
So if she is on one wall and Kana turns around to look at the other cells and then looks back the way they came, are any of the cells they passed occupied?
Yeah, there's one that has a mouse, a female mouse in it, who is sitting in the corner of her cell, and she's just sort of scratching at the floor. She looks bored.
Kana's gonna like jerk her head towards that cell, and look to the others and think, let's talk to that prisoner. And she's gonna walk over there pretty purposefully and just sort of rap her knuckles against the bars to get their attention.
Knock, knock. She replies.
Hello there. Notice anything odd about the prison today?
Are you implying that I come here often?
I assume you've been a visitor for a little bit.
A few days. I'm waiting on trial.
I hope it goes well for you.
Me too.
But I'm actually wondering about a prisoner that was just brought in. I'm wondering if you noticed anything about who brought her in. We're just trying to ascertain if something's off.
Great. Yeah. You're talking about the stinky one?
Yes, I certainly am.
Yeah, that's the worst smell I've ever smelled. But I'm not a concierge here. I am actually a prisoner. So I don't know anything about the prisoners who've been brought in. But if you could get rid of her because she smells like everything that's ever died, that would be great.
I would be very happy to get her out of here so that you all don't have to enjoy this aroma. But you're going to have to tell me about who brought her in, because I know you saw it.
You're going to have to let me out if I'm going to do anything for you.
I'm afraid that's not happening. You're going to have to try something else.
Would I have been able to hear this?
Sure, yeah.
If it's all right with Kana, I go next to you and say, what's the harm in freeing them? Honestly, like everyone's a criminal one way or another.
I don't plan to become one.
Well, and then if it's all right, I kind of try to bust the metal down. Actually, no. I actually try to get the keys from Kana, if it's all right.
Kana is going to hold on to the keys. Hold on a minute. We're not just going to let them out.
We can put them back in, honestly.
I'm not interested in taking on that particular job.
I can do it for us. I'll take one for the team. We just need to get a few favors in, you know?
From the front of the building, you hear a knock.
Uh-oh.
Julius looks expectantly at Chong, like, yeah, I mean, you work here, right? So go answer the door. Do you need your uniform, though? I can go get your uniform. You haven't put that on yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Sure. I can look for the uniform. I'm great at looking for things.
Yeah,
sure.
It's burned. It's Antoine's. He said you could borrow it.
So. Do I need keys to unlock the door or anything? Is that how it works?
Yeah,
or do I just open?
I mean, I don't work here, but
Damn it. Can Kana take the key off that she used to unlock the door?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. She gives Chong that key. Yeah.
So he can go get his uniform.
Oh, thank you. And then, well, now this is gonna be the challenge for Chong. How does Chong find their way back to the door? Is the question, because I did mention before they are directionally challenged.
I mean, there's only two ways to go: toward the front and toward the back. So
okay, that's very helpful.
Yeah, roll me a d20 and see if they start going the wrong way. Low is gonna go wrong. High is gonna go Okay.
14 for
Hi. Okay. So you
Thank
accidentally
goodness.
chose the right one of the two ways to go. Uh, you luckily you do start to recognize things as you walk. Like, oh, great, you got it. And you round the corner and you come back around to another knock at the locked door at the front of the jailhouse.
Hmm. Would I happen to know where Antoine or Ant pointed where the shirts are? Can I quickly like just quick change?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like just put it
There's
over
a,
everything I'm wearing.
there's a wardrobe in the corner that has a whole bunch of clothes in it. It actually has several sets of this uniform, but luckily one of them is slightly cigarette burned. You recognize it as something that might fit Antoine. So roll me a dexterity check to change clothes quickly, please. You can use acrobatics if you've got it,
Okay.
I guess. Why doesn't 5e have a specific skill for changing clothes
that's
quickly?
Right?
Another oversight,
always
wizards.
It could be
Nope.
performance.
But performance would
7.
be good, yeah. Oh, dexterity performance would be good. 10?
No, I rolled
Okay.
a 4 and now it's a 7.
7. Another 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So any benefit you might have rendered from changing clothes quickly is quickly erased. As you kind of hit pushing your leg in the wrong direction through the pant legs, your left leg is now firmly in the right pant leg. And you are on your way to putting your clothes on backwards. Luckily, you do realize your mistake late, but eventually, and you change clothes. There are 3 more full knocks at the door, and the third one accompanied with an "Oi!" Finally, you are dressed like a very low-ranked crown guard.
I quickly opened the door and I kind of like hi.
There is an aging Doberman who is perplexed by this entire situation. Hi.
Hello.
I'm just here for field orders for my who are you?
Oh, I'm a new hire. My name is Long.
Sounds
My
like
parents thought
deception to
it
me.
was Yep. Oh, come on, please. Oh, finally. Thank you. That
There we
would
go.
be I rolled an 18, so that would be a 22.
22. Okay. Well, this crown guard looks more competent than Antoine, but luckily that role is exceptional.
Okay.
Oh, new hire. Yeah. Turnover has been really bad lately. You replaced that guy, right? The guy who was here before? You know, the
Yeah.
one that could not find his feet if he looked down?
Yeah, he seems to be like looking for something to fulfill his desires and aspirations, whatever. So
Yeah, another noble fail son. It's great. So I need my orders. The rounds for my crew.
sure. Give me a sec, and I kind of like, do you mind if I close the door? It's kind of drafty. Okay, give me a sec. And then I close the door real quick. I run as fast as I can because I have 35 speed. So I run as fast as I can back to the others, and I say, "Okay, problem. Okay, problem. I don't know what field orders are and where to find them. Can y'all help me? Someone's looking for them. Looks kind of intimidating, and that's saying something."
There's like 2 things in that front room.
You know, I don't know things about bureaucracy, diplomacy, and all of that.
I'm gonna
Please.
kind of like straighten up a little bit, and it seems to like drop the whole drunk feeling.
Sure.
I feel like we might need to do what we're doing here quickly. There was a lot of paperwork on that desk. There may be something there.
Go get that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. Well, how hard? I mean, if Ant could do it, I mean, how hard could it be, right? So we can figure it out.
Now go look for it, and myself and another will finish up here with our lovely prisoner.
Right. Ulysses will go fetch anything that looks like it could be paperwork. There's the there's the manifest. Is there anything else in the room?
Yeah. So there are a stack of slates underneath the desk on one side. They are very, very dark. Like they're black slates. So underneath the desk, they're really hard to spot. But looking for them specifically, you see this block of basically small chalkboards, each one of which has a number on it, and then a chalk outline of a part of the city of Louvain. There are probably 15 to 20 of them in this stack.
Oh gosh. Ulysses will get underneath there and just like pick up all of them, and then
Sure.
march his way back to the rest.
Okay, so he picks it up and he walks
Did John
back
not know
into
it?
the jail. Okay. The mouse in the corner, who Kana was talking to, is now laughing. Idiots.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I found it.
Very good. Why did you bring it here?
Well, I can't give, like, I don't work here, right? Chong should be the one to do it. They're the one, right? Like, well,
Oh.
and you're an advisor
Sure,
or
sure,
whatever.
Sure.
You do know.
Do we need anything from here that's for your sister stuff, or because I could just leave them out?
Yeah. Well, if she committed a crime, then she should be in here. Right? That's
Okay.
how it works. So I don't. Very confused.
Well,
I'm going to
something
like rifle
certainly.
through everything. I'm going to rifle through everything. If there's anything that's like something related to Justine, and if there's nothing, I just I get everything, and then I rush over to the door and then quickly like talk to the person, and just like, here you go. We're not entirely sure. Again, new hire. I'm so sorry. I don't know which ones. I just got here like a few hours ago. So
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Eighth company. Here we go. He pulls out one from the stack, hands the rest to you. I'm sergeant of the eighth company. Bye.
Whoa.
And he leaves.
Yeah. So yeah, I quickly like close the door again, bring the keys to Kana and says, I'm sorry I was so aggressive earlier. That was really not me, but still does not excuse anything. Here are the keys. You choose what to do with them. You open them anyway.
Thank you.
During all of this running around, I would like to have just kind of made my way over to the other cell with the mouse
Yeah.
and just kind of
Kana's
like,
standing in front of that. Yeah.
yeah, just kind of sit down on the floor and pour a cup and just put it in front of the bars and watch this all unfold.
I'm gonna drink that if you let me take that. But I've done
That's
enough
why it's
stealing
there.
and here. Cool. She stands up and walks over and grabs it. Her very small hands make it look very large, and she lifts it up and she drinks from it. What are you in for?
Well, we're trying to clear the name of a paladin. I imagine that if you could help us do that, you might find yourself on the winning side of a trial.
I don't know why you need my help. You're doing a great job.
Kind of sort of rolls her eyes, and she's trying not to say, I completely agree.
You know, being this serious it uses a lot of energy. I gave you something, a nice, lovely beverage. What could you tell me what you saw of the people who brought the paladin in?
Sure. Why not? A carriage, a lot like the one that brought me in, came around. The guys at the front looked real excited to get this lady in there. And they did it, and then they left. The end. They came right in, dropped her off, said, we'll be back for you later, and then left. It was very exciting.
Was there anything interesting about them?
They were crown guard, so no. They were dressed the same. They both looked very serious and like they haven't had sex in many years.
Sounds like Crown Guard.
It's a travesty.
That it does.
Well, thank you for your insight. I do need my cup back, though.
I'll trade it for a key.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I know. She sets it out. It'll be another 3 months labor for me.
I will look to the rest of my party, especially Julius. I think we may need to ask your sister some more interesting questions. She doesn't quite seem to be answering. Being here for crimes is an interesting way to word it.
Yeah, and
Still staring straight ahead at exactly the same angle she was before.
And
she's
you know
acting
there's
weird.
Has
She's
Kana
normally-
ever seen someone like under an enchantment spell before?
Probably, yeah. I mean, y'all are 7th level, so yeah, you've definitely seen something like that.
Does she get any sense that this might be like a magical affliction?
I mean, you're asking that question because this person is acting really goddamn weird. So,
Yeah, fair.
maybe. If it is, it's
have-
really clumsy.
I have a question.
Sure, yeah. I have an answer.
So I have both Devil Sight and Eldritch Sight as invocations.
You sure
so
do.
With the darkness and non-magical darkness, I can see everything, right? Is there anything I can see on Justine physically that it could be out of place?
Tell me the kind of stuff that your special warlock eyes can see.
For Devil Sight is just can see through magical and non-magical darkness for 120 feet. That's all it is. Eldritch Sight, I can detect magic at will. Hold on. Where is it? Detect magic at will without expending a spell slot or material components.
Cool, yeah. So you're basically putting up detect magic then.
Yes.
Okay. Are these eyes always on? Is this something that you're like
Yeah, it's-
continuously doing?
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like a free action always.
Yeah, I can't
because,
imagine why you'd ever not be doing it.
Yeah. It's also annoying. If like for example Chong always has it on, it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah. If you walk into a very magical place,
Yeah.
Chong
Like,
would have a
bing,
hard time
bing,
seeing you.
bing, bing, bing.
All right. So, yes, the answer is yes. Something magically unusual is going on with Justine. There is a slight purplish aura. It's not light, but it's more of a filter through which you are seeing the shadow surrounding her that just sort of halos around her form, giving off this sort of transmutational vibe.
Oh. I say that out loud. Oh.
Oh, yes.
So, purple. How well do y'all understand auras? Not that much?
I have
Because
one.
same. Okay.
Is
Okay,
it
so
is it like a vibe?
no. It's more like magical aura. And so my experience with magical auras, which is, so and so, this one is transmutation, transformation. I keep I don't know words. So yeah, there's something that's transformed here or transmutated.
You're telling
Real
us
quick.
this isn't Justine.
I don't
Real
know.
quick, take inspiration for playing knowing detect magic but not having arcana, because that's amazing.
Thank you.
It makes sense that she has an aura. She is a paladin, so I mean, don't know what
Does
the other-
does your sister usually have that purple weird aura?
I've never seen. No, but no, she's also not normally so smelly. So something.
I have no
weird
aura.
about me.
I smell fine.
Yeah, no.
She also will
Someone.
never lie. So
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
going out
3
on
out
a
of
limb
3.
here. I don't think this is Justine at all.
but it looks just like her. Who is it then?
I like this smell.
No, it's terrible. What? How could you possibly like this smell?
It's a good smell.
It's not a good smell. I have
It's
to
a good
admit.
smell.
Okay, maybe if you like it.
Oh,
Julius, you're a paladin, right? Are you able to dispel magic?
I've never done such a thing. I could try, but I don't know how. How do you do that?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
No, I can't do that, no. Can you? You can't.
Does anyone have like ability to undo, and Chong just gives undo magic, or how to just cancel the magic, or I don't know, I don't know the spell names for these, because I don't have that, and I don't know how to do that.
I don't know if any of us can do that.
there is another knock at the front door.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you better answer it. You're on the job right now, so.
I look
I
down.
mean,
I'm like, oh, right up
very
here.
probably.
You are on shift right now.
We'll talk when you get back.
I would like to come back to as a freelancer, and then that's what Chong says after, as they're running back. Having a
It's so-
full-time job is the best.
Go to the front and opens the door. There is another sergeant there. Orders. It's a really quite pretty female Celerine, a rabbit.
Mm. What division, or what?
Oh, you must be
What's
new.
called Yeah.
Third.
Third. Okay. And then Chong's like, "Is this even in order?" And then just rifles through everything until they can see a number 3.
All the time. It's okay.
Yeah, it's until they can see a number 3. As long as they can see a number 3, that's all they need, and then they just pull out the first one they see and then give it back.
Perfect. Thank you so much. She leaves.
Quick thing that Chong will do, because this is like a bit like stressful for Chong now. Can Chong find a pen somewhere?
pen?
Yeah, or like
Probably. Yeah.
like a writing utensil.
There's chalk in the drawer for writing out these slates.
Okay, so the slate, is it portable?
Yeah. You're holding a stack of them. Yeah, they're like small, like this size slates.
Okay.
Like little chalk ones.
Okay, so Chong's gonna take that, writes on the slate, and puts it outside of the door, locks the door, and what they just wrote is on lunch break 1 hour.
Okay. So, John comes back. So what are you doing? You have determined that none of you have dispel magic.
Julius, what is a question you could ask of your sister that something that is not her would not know?
Yeah, I could ask her some questions if that might help.
You do know her best. You may
I
be
think
able
so.
to find something we might not know.
And then Julius will turn to his sister and
Yep.
ask her, Sister, a long time ago, you took me to my first dungeon. What was the monster at the end that we fought together?
Troll. That is correct.
Interesting. I turned to Felix and said, yeah, that is correct. She doesn't normally talk like this, and she's normally not so stinky, but that was a pretty good answer. But if she committed crimes, did you really commit crimes, Justine?
Yes.
I don't know why she would do it, but
What
Well, I gotta
kind of
ask.
crime have you committed?
Smuggling.
we got-
While maybe while they're talking, so like if ever don't mind Chong's gonna just do their thing in the background, but while they're talking to Justine, can Chong attempt to look if there's like some unusual crack in the wall or something just that seems like it could be a different pathway or passageway?
Sure, yeah. Roll me an
Okay.
investigation check.
Okay, and then
Intelligence
get back to me later. And then
Yeah,
get back
sure.
to me. Y'all can continue.
So Paladin Justine is sitting in the back of the cell.
Yeah. What were you smuggling?
Goods. Illegal goods.
Hmm.
Can you elaborate?
Does sound pretty damning.
Kana's going to hold up the ring of keys, looking at Justine, and say, Justine, can you lead us to where you smuggled these goods?
I am on trial in 9 days.
We'll make sure you're back in time for it.
That would be against the law.
Right, that would be against the law.
I don't break the law,
That's right, she never breaks the
except
law.
for when I did smuggling.
You wouldn't be breaking the law at all. We would. You would be fine. You would just be doing what we told you to do.
I don't want to leave. I'm too tired to go anywhere. Sleepy.
Hmm.
Oh goodness. Could you tell
I
us
read
where
it out
this
now.
illegal smuggling happened?
Shh. Justine continued
Okay.
snoring with her eyes staring dead forward.
I think that we might not get anything from her.
Well, we did get a location from the guard we relieved
Hmm.
as to where they caught her.
We should go look there.
True.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a plan to y'all?
Sure.
Okay, we should wait
Yeah.
until shift is over, and then we can go check it out.
Actually, shift's over. We're good. We can just go now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's go then.
Yeah. We just need a reliever. And okay, let's just go. And then, like,
That's
in a very dramatic fashion, like, Chong just like rips off the shirt, and quietly says, "I'm free. I'm free."
I understand. Long day work.
I'm
So the
going to
four of
give
you
up.
leave. The four
We'll
of
say
you
if
leave
we
the
have a
jailhouse.
plan. Oh, you go.
Yeah, the four of you leave the jailhouse. So you know the part of Luban that she was caught in. What do you do?
On the way out the door, I'm going to take one of the other uniforms and wiggle it over the back of the chair so the chair is wearing the shirt, and put the ring of
Flawless.
keys on the chair,
Oh yes.
and
That's
release
genius.
a big exhale like I've done strenuous work, and go back to like
The
being
resemblance-
loosey-goosey and drunkish.
The resemblance to Antoine is uncanny.
It's like him.
It just really exudes the same competence that he does. Okay, so the four of you leave. So yeah, you know the general location, the district of Louvain that Justine was busted in. Do you want to go there?
I believe so.
All right. So it takes you a little while to walk there. And by the time you get there, having now spent a few minutes in the jailhouse and then the few minutes to get there, night has fallen. The city of Louvain at night lights up with Soren's scintillating soda lamps. These lamps are made from glass tubes that are bent into the shape of words and other like illustrations and glow in all kinds of colors, and the entire city is inundated with these lights. They are a big trend right now, and Louvain is a big city. Or is a city really big on trends and fads, and Soren soda is really popular right now. So the city really glows with this weird, almost fey color as you walk through it. The district where Justine was busted in is in the lower districts of town, in a part of the city that is popularly known to be common with the Thieves' Army. The Thieves' Army is an organized crime syndicate that is present in most of the major cities of the Beast World. The Thieves' Army is structured like famously like a military because it was once a military. But all of the veterans from this military who were thieves before joining it became thieves again once they left it. But they kept the structure and used it to form this kind of world-spanning mafia. And the part of the city that you're going into is their haunt. And especially at night, you see a lot of folks that, if you ask them the right questions, you get the sense that you would find they were corporals or whatever of the Thieves' Army. So this is all that is to say, this is a kind of rough part of town. A lot of the soda lights, which are still around, are flickering a bit. Some of them are fading. And there are people, but there are still people all around. There are delvers and there are fashionable young people who are dressed in these kind of ostentatious outfits made to look like dungeon delvers, but clearly have never been outside the city or anywhere dangerous. Just sort of expensive shoes that are made to look like adventurers' boots. And there are barkers. There are people trying to get you to buy stuff. Every few steps, you are shouted at, sometimes explicitly, like, "Hey, you there, you, yes, you with the armor," trying to get you to, buy tchotchkes and other stuff. What do you do?
Well, as an outlander, Kana is a little overwhelmed with the bustle. She spent a long time in the desert before joining a caravan, and this is by far the largest, obviously it's the largest city she's ever been in, but she's never been in anything even approaching this before.
Sure. You are shouldering against people like every few steps. Even on this kind of back street at night, Louvain really comes alive, and there's a lot of people around.
Do we know the specific spot where Justine was arrested, or
You do not specifically. You know the general neighborhood, but this neighborhood is probably between 10 and 20 blocks. So there's a lot of buildings that it could have been. There's a lot of places where it could have been. And it probably wasn't a public facing place. So it might be good to ask around.
Are there any interesting tchotchkes?
Oh, yeah. If you're in it for the shopping, there's definitely a lot of weird and cool stuff around. And there's a lot of authentic goods being sold as well. That there's a lot of stuff that is labeled to be from the Batyan that isn't.
More specifically, I'm looking for a shadier individual running a tchotchke stand, someone who looks like they might know a bit more about the nighttime habits and happenings.
Sure. So there is a young fox who is sitting. It's a desert vulpine, so like a fennec fox, who is sitting up on a counter, looking at the crowd as they pass, writing some things down, and they look at you as you approach and hastily scribble something. "Can I help you?"
Yeah. You seem to be an observant fella. I heard a really cool story. Apparently a paladin got arrested here. Do you know anything about that?
It
was
yes,
wild.
Earlier today. I saw the carriage as it passed.
You know what happened? Where it
Oh,
happened?
yeah. I do know a few things.
Well, I can pick up some of your wares if you'd be willing to share.
Of course. This is a skin cream, an Alari skin cream that they say preserves the natural beauty and luster of the fur and the skin beneath for many years past its expected expiration date.
Sounds wonderful, actually. That sounds really nice. Yeah, I could use some of that.
Do I believe
usually let it
anything this
go
fox
for-
is telling us about
What's
the
that?
cream? Do I believe anything this fox is telling us about this cream?
Assuredly not. It doesn't look like. First of all, it is fired clay, which is not found in Alar. So maybe it was transferred from another vessel for some reason, but it also doesn't look familiar to you at all. I would usually sell it for 25, but for you, I'll sell it for 22. And I'll throw in the information for free.
22 copper pieces, I hope.
No, darling.
I have 10 gold. I will give you 10 gold. And then
I will
nothing
give
else.
you just the information for 10 gold. How does that sound?
Could I maybe borrow some? I do really want that cream. Chong, could I? Do you have any?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
I don't really use money. I just make my own food anyway. So like, go.
Thanks.
Just Chong's just,
Yeah,
"Well."
make my own food
Thank
anyway.
you so much. Okay, here's
He's
22,
like,
right?
I just eat Easy Mac. so-
Julius.
Yes.
I don't think the cream might be a good idea, but the information probably is.
I have a lot of needs to keep clean, and I've got a lot of fur. I've got but if I should save it for later, I can do that.
I'll be
Okay.
right here.
10 gold.
The Desert Fox takes the gold. So I think you might want to go over and talk to Freckles at the Bosomed Baroness. They might have some information for you about the nabbed paladin.
One more time on that establishment.
The Bosomed Baroness. Be careful, though. It can be a little rough in there.
I'm gonna lean in real close, like way uncomfortably close into the fox, and just quietly. If you're gonna tell people that it's from where you are saying it's from, you might want to work on the consistency a bit, because I've never seen that there. But don't let me stop you from selling your wares, just giving you a pointer.
Your hand finds itself full of one of these small clay pots for some reason. This fox has put it in your hand. Appreciate the tip.
Have a lovely evening.
You have a lovely evening too. Oh, and if you need anything else, come and find me.
Yeah. What was your name?
Renard.
Renard. Felix.
Felix, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. I am going to hand the clay pot to Julius.
Thank you so much. I'm broke now, so I could never have afforded that.
To be clear, it's not cheap.
Oh, no, that's
No?
expensive. That's very kind.
I'm not a scam artist. I'm just an exaggerator.
Mhm.
Thank you for the tip.
Yes,
But my
consistency
own tip is
key.
true. Go check out the Bosom Baroness. You might find what you're looking for there.
What was her name again?
Renard.
No, the person
Oh,
at
yeah.
the.
So you want to talk to Freckles?
I.
Where,
So do you-
where, kind of out of question, but also in-game question. Where's
Yeah.
the, what did you say again? Bosom the Baroness?
Bosomed Baroness, yeah. So Renard points out the Bosomed Baroness and gives you directions around the corner and into an alley. Do you
Oh.
head straight there? Or do you have
Yeah.
something else to do first?
I don't
Straight
have
there.
money, so I give it all to Julius.
All right, so you do head around the corner and you do head past the bright lights of the main street and into a decidedly darker alley. And near the middle of this alley, there is a staircase with a wrought iron railing leading down into a solid wood door. In front of the door is an equine gentleman with broad shoulders and scars on his face in several directions. He looks up at you with milky, sort of sleepy eyes. Yeah.
We are here to talk to Freckles. If you could let us in.
Yeah, go on in. He pushes away from the door and pulls it open. This guy is built, and he has a hard time with this door. As he pulls it open, you see that there are two solid sets of wood planks that make up the outside and inside of the door, and between is a sheet of lead 2 inches thick. He pulls it open, and as he pulls it open, music and the atmosphere of a bar come pouring out of it. He opens it enough to let the four of you in and gestures sarcastically. Yeah, go on in.
Oh, thank you so much.
So the four of you head inside the Bosomed Baroness. As you step inside, you are greeted with a hanging sign, the kind that usually sits on the outside of a bar, with a Bosomed Baroness drawn on it. You round the corner to the right and head down a set of 3 or 4 steps into a bustling tavern. The music is bright and lively, and the clientele is not. There is a pretty rough crowd in here. Everyone looks armed and dangerous. There are a few groups of crimey-looking sorts, and a bar near the back where there is a Chihuahua with an eye patch who is pouring drinks for the people at the bar. What do you do?
Kana's gonna head straight for that bar top.
Sure, yeah. So, are the 3 of you following?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Kana and the others head back toward the bar. I just want to confirm, Julius, what are you wearing?
A set of full plate with a shield strapped to his back and a battle axe at his hip. And still holding that pot of skin cream in both hands, being pretty careful with it.
Cool. Tell me about that shield.
It's like an oversized heater shield, and its decorations are reminiscent of Pyrrha. It's got some of the symbology associated with
Yeah.
the goddess of love.
So to put a point on it, are you dressed like a paladin?
100%. As much as
Okay.
one could possibly be dressed as a paladin.
So, in most of the places Julius goes, the attention that he attracts for being dressed like a paladin is positively inclined. That is not so here. You are drawing elbows and nudges and glances And those of you who consider your characters to be perceptive or insightful, notice this. You notice that you are being noticed, and there is conversation sweeping through the bar that there is a group of delvers with a pally in this bar. You head toward the back, and the Chihuahua there is just finishing up pouring a glass of beer that looks like it would be a little bit too heavy for him. He is gangly as hell, about 5'4" or so, and he has about 3/4 of one ear between the two of his ears. In fact, parts of him are missing. This is a maimed individual, a person who has seen a lot of violence in their life. They finish pouring the beer, and they set it on the bar next to the person who ordered it, who puts money into his hand. He turns to the four of you and looks beleaguered. Oh, what? Paladin.
Kind of smiles. Kind of smiles and says, "Could I get the same thing as him?" And points to the guy that he just served. And when the Chihuahua says Paladin, she just sort of waves her hand and says, "Don't mind him. He's harmless."
Julius, for as much as a 6'4", 270-pound, like warrior, can look sort of folded and sad. His ears down and his tail kind of tucked. Is just kind of small in this situation. Still holding the pots. Just not really saying much. People have been kind of pushing him. The nudges don't really hurt because he's wearing a full plate set of armor, but it's more his feelings that are hurt.
Okay, so the the Chihuahua draws another beer and sets it on the counter. What in Verasta's unlucky earth are you doing here? Why are you visiting this misfortune upon yourself by being in a place like this?
We're trying to find Freckles because we need to know about the paladin that was taken out of here in a carriage.
You are
out of
speaking
this part of town.
with Freckles.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Let me just circle back around.
Oh, and she places the money in his hand as well.
Thank you. I will use this to help pay for the damage that is going to be done to my establishment if you spend too much time here.
Well, we'd like to leave as quickly as possible.
I would like you to leave as quickly as possible. So how can I get you to do that?
We're trying to find out any information you have about the paladin who was taken out of this part of town in a carriage and chains.
The arrested paladin.
Where they were arrested, or who did the arresting.
Oh, I really wish I knew. I really wish that I could just tell you and then you could leave and I wouldn't have to clean up the mess of your corpses. But I don't know. And I know you're not going to leave until you find out, because that's the nature of my life. So you could wait for Annalyn to get here. Annalyn might be willing to listen to you. Annalyn's the sergeant of the ferocious bunch of criminals that you're surrounded by. If you lack the basic perception to look around like this and discern whether, you are in peril. The
Well, I'm
answer
not
is
particularly interested in confronting nor arresting any of these fine folks, so...
Good start.
Oh, hold on. And then Chong kind of in confusion, with the furrowed brows and everything. Hold on. So that person, that vendor, Renard was it? Said that you would know things. Was that
I know a
Renard
lot of
lying?
things. No, I do know a lot of people in this part of town, including Annalyn, and I know what they know, including that Annalyn probably knows why your paladin was arrested. Everybody's talking about it today. It's a pretty funny story for the type of people that I pour beers for. Cursed that I am.
You know, to help the situation of us being here and it being a problem, if you will, is there somewhere we could find Annalyn that's not in here where it will cause a problem?
Freckles looks toward the front of the bar, where there is a pair of figures. It is two Tradewind foxes, which are like red foxes. Two Tradewind foxes are murmuring to each other and making eye contact with Freckles from across the bar. They nod, and he looks back at you. You could go into the back room, which we use a little bit as a barracks, and ask there. It is not a safe situation for you. But if you have more wherewithal than I think you do because you came here, you might find the answer that you're looking for.
It wouldn't be the first tavern brawl I've had to narrowly escape.
Can
I'm
I
good with anything,
see-
honestly, as long as we get your sisters out of there.
All I care about, really. I mean, is
Delvers.
what I want to do.
Delvers. Yeah. Forge on into the unknown. Thank you for visiting. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying not to cause a mess. And she's gonna head,
Alright.
head in the direction he indicated.
Yeah, so Freckles gestures toward the two Tradewind foxes at the front of the bar, who the back room is to the side of the front of the bar. They open a door that is indistinguishable largely from the wall, which leads into another room that is largely the same size as the one that you're in. They look amused. They both smile at you. Go on in, one says. Yes, please be our guest, the other says in the same voice.
So polite. Before
We're polite to
leaving
polite people.
Freckles, Julius will set the jar of cream down and say, "You look like you could use this more than me. So this is for you. Thank you." Departs the skin cream.
As
going
you
to-
just before you turn away from Freckles looks down and then back up at Julius, and there's just this flash of like genuine thankfulness, kind of like this shared moment of gentleness between the two. I appreciate it.
Oh.
So the four of you walk toward the front of the bar and then into this other room. I assume, are you all walking in?
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to attempt to make a
Kana's
show of...
gonna. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to attempt to make a show of acting very intoxicated as I shuffle towards whatever room they're sending me to.
Hot. All right. Anything else?
Kana's going to keep her hands under cloak because she is holding on to her weapons and keeping her wits about her because she has a feeling they're walking into a trap.
Yeah. So, all right. So the four of them walk into this other room, which is the same size roughly, but a bit darker. It's all in sort of dim, shadowy light. There are a pair of Tradewind foxes that lead them in and then close the door behind them. It clicks shut. The music is muffled from the other side of the wall. And this is sort of just a quiet side room that's nonetheless looks like it could house 60 people if they wanted to be in here. It also looks recently added. The part of the wall that you came through and the wall facing the outside looks like at one point it was exterior and there wasn't much changed about it. It's sort of weather worn and the same type of facade as the building outside. The foxes look at each other and then back at you. Have you ever been mugged before?
No,
We want to know.
not me.
Have you ever had your valuables stolen at a knife point?
Mm-mm.
I've had somebody try before in the desert.
Well, now
was
you
the
have.
one who did it.
They're funny. They're funny.
I've
You
passed
should
quite a
remove all
few
the
of them
valuables from
around.
your person and set them on the floor.
How far away is Kana standing from one of them?
I would say she is 15 feet.
15 feet.
Yeah, she's not across the room, but she is a few steps away.
Just gonna give a very long, suffering sigh, and sort of make a show of like she's rummaging around in her cloak and such, and take a step forward, and then she's going to attack them with a whip.
Roll initiative.
Oh. Ah! Okay.
Just give me 1 sec.
Dun 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 dun. Nope, that's a spy sound.
Kana, what'd you roll?
21.
Julius,
8.
8. Felix,
5.
Zhang,
18.
18. I'm going to do a couple rolls too. All right. Okay. Actually, I'm going to type this out. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to type out the initiative order just in case it changes and whatnot. Da-da-da. Okay, Kana, you're going to be first. So why don't you tell me what you're up to?
So when Kana takes this initial attack, she sort of throws back her cloak and she realizes she's just wearing like basically normal clothes underneath it. Like fairly like the colorful clothes of the Baalek, but pretty normal
Sure.
clothes. And she has 2 whips on her hips. And she is grasping both of them and is making 3 attacks. Well, 2 attacks. Maybe 3. We will see how it goes.
All right. Throw me some attacks.
The first one is an 18 on the dice. That's probably going to hit. This is 24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
She's also going, whichever of these foxes she's targeting, I assume they're both roughly the same.
Yeah, they look very, very much the same.
Okay. The first one she targets, then she's going to use Favored Foe on them.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
That's going to mark them, and they're going to be taking an extra d6 when I hit them, which is
Cool.
now. And that's going to be 6 plus 3, so 9 damage with the first whip. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, 9 damage.
All right. So you rear back and you snap the whip and begin excitement, and the fox just kind of rears back with exhaustion as it wrenches away. Fun. Now it's
And then
John's
she.
turn.
Well, no, she
Oh,
makes multiple attacks,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, roll
and
them
then
all.
she. All right, I'll roll the other two then.
Yeah, yeah.
One is, well, one misses. It's a 2 on the dice, and the other one is 14. Does that hit?
That does not hit.
Damn.
So she snaps 3 times. It only connects once, but definitely like sends him back a bit. All right, Chong, now you're up. By the way, there is an upper level to this bar, to this room where one might sit, and there is a raccoon in a black robe who is leaning out over the railing like this. And those are the 3 people that you can see. 2 foxes, raccoon in the upper level. What do you do?
I think Chong will just focus on the foxes first because I don't think they necessarily have the attention span for the raccoon. So, Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action, right? Just to check.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, never mind. I'm not gonna use it just yet. So as usual, I will pull out my hand. Well, not as usual. I will pull out my hand and be like, we're starting. We're starting. And then from their hand, their packed weapon forms, and it looks like a long sword, but it's made out of wood, and etched in it. Well, this is just a flavored longsword, TBH.
You're good. You're good.
Etched in it are waves that has a blue hue, but also the sword kind of has, you know, those rockers or something on a surfboard.
Yeah.
That's what the hilt looks like. It's basically like a surfboard kind of sword.
Cool. Okay.
And then for they're just gonna do Eldritch Blast for this because they don't know what's going on. So
Okay.
one beam to one fox and another beam to another fox.
They move as if mirrored as the beams fly at them. Roll me, I believe, spell attack. Range spell attack.
Hold on. That's a
That sounded
19.
heavy.
7. So that's 26 on the first
26
one.
is a hit.
Do I roll separately for damage or do I
I don't know.
All right. 1d10. Yes, that is a 1d10.
Not confidently without looking at it. You'd have to look at the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
each
yeah.
run does a different roll, basically.
I think it's 2 different attacks, so it would be 2 attacks and 2 damage. It's like shooting.
yeah.
It's like shooting 2 arrows.
Yeah. Okay, so I also have Agonizing Blast for the Eldritch Blast. So that's also plus my Charisma modifier, which is a 4. I do a 7 for the first one.
Is that 7 total?
Yep, 7 damage total. Force damage.
Okay, and the second attack?
Second attack would be 18.
That's a hit.
Yes.
By the way, to everyone waiting to go, if you have attack rolls to roll, you can get them ready for me so that we have like numbers. And then like if you change it, if you need to change, you can.
That would be a
roll?
5 for the other one.
5 is a miss.
Oh no, 18 hit, 5 damage.
18, right, and then 5 damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
all right, so Eldritch Blast, 2 of them roar from your hands, and they make a pretty upsetting sound when they connect, because this is an agonizing blast. So your force of will causes them pain through the power of your patron. And they break character for a moment. Their cheery facade breaks, and they look at you with genuine terror. But then it comes back. Ouch! Now it's their turn. They are going to both close on you, which is going to bring them past Kana. Kana, do you want to take an opportunity attack?
I most certainly do.
Roll it up.
Her whips have reach, so yeah, she's definitely getting that. It's gonna be 13. Not gonna happen.
All right. So you snap the whip as they run by, but it doesn't quite work. The two foxes are both closing on Chong. That's really scary. Now we're going to be scary. Two knives come out of both of their somewhere into their hands, and they're going to attack you.
Okay.
What's your AC?
I don't have a shield right now, so that would be a 17.
17. Okay.
I'm so scared that there's 4 rolls. 5.
Oh my goodness.
That was 8 rolls.
Oh
my
my
god.
So that's going to be 5 hits.
Okay.
Should have had more D4s.
Can I still hold a shield at this point?
What's that?
Can I react with a shield if it comes up? Like, a shield only gets me to 22 AC, if ever.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll call that 3 hits then.
Okay.
4, 5 plus 3 times 3 is 9. 5 plus 9 is 14 damage. So you are suddenly flanked by a flash of steel from 4 directions at once, flanked by these two foxes who are both just holding the knives out like this and stabbing at you. You put up the shield to keep yourself a little bit safer, and only a few of them manage to get through. You're scratched on either shoulder and on the cheek as they try and find somewhere soft to plant steel. Now, it is the person in this on the upper level. It is their turn. They're leaning out over, and they point down at the paladin and gesture like this. They make a shape with their finger and then blow it like a kiss. This person is casting Bestow Curse on Julius. I would like you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Oh, lordy.
So I have rolled a 6 and I add +3, so that is 9.
That is
Lord.
not good enough.
Not enough.
So you feel malaise, a kind of ugliness that fills your whole body, and you feel sluggish, like moving your body just takes an extra moment to even take a breath in or to move, to do anything. And you have the following things go wrong with you. So you have to make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of your turns.
Okay.
And if it fails, you don't get to do anything that turn. You just feel like synapses aren't firing, like you're trying to get it up to go and it's just not happening sometimes. Now it is Julius's turn. So make me that wisdom saving throw right now.
10.
10?
10.
Okay, you are held by this malaise. You just feel shitty.
I have ever since
and-
my sister got arrested, so this is
That's fair. So you just feel kind of out of it.
Kind of look at the
And
ground.
while you're feeling out of it, bad turns to worse as everybody wants a little bit of paladin blood. there is a person who appears behind you. It is a golden lab who is dressed almost entirely in black leathers. And you feel the presence of a short sword as they attack you. What's your AC?
It is 18 with the plate.
Okay.
No shield.
They find a gap in the plate, and they hit you. And they hit you somewhere important.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to roll some damage.
That is a lot of dice.
4. Okay. I'd like you to take 31 damage from this sneak attack. 5 of which is necrotic.
How much of it's necrotic?
5.
Okay.
So something cold just entered you that is not supposed to be there, and it is trying to take the place of an important part of your body, and pain just shoots out to join this malaise in the awesome day that you're having.
So good.
Now it's Felix's turn.
Oh, I don't know what to deal with between the guy up top, but I feel like
4 on 4 now.
the one who hit Julius might be needed to be dealt with. I'm gonna wobble on over to the one that struck Julius,
Okay.
and make 2 attacks on it.
Sounds good.
One is a 18 plus 6, the other is a 12 plus 6, so lowest roll is an 18.
Comfortable hits. Yeah.
Okay. The first one is 6 slashing, the second one is 7 slashing.
What are you attacking with?
My claws.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So how does that look? What are you doing?
Real sloppy, like kind of like flinging my arms with my whole body. Think almost like drunk flail with the body.
And just claws just kind of like flash out from this. Cool.
Yeah.
Kana, you're up.
On the second one, I'd
Yeah.
like to throw a stunning strike into it.
I thought you might. I want a wisdom save for that, right?
Yep, 14 is the DC.
Okay. That's a fail. So you feel Key spring from your claw into this accursed dog whose body jitters once and then freezes in place as his pressure point just binds him in place. Kana, now
Nice.
is your turn.
Go for it.
Okay, so if one were to draw a line from where Kana is standing
Huh?
to the person on the second floor, could
Yep.
she get within 10 feet of them?
If she
running,
stood-
she can go 40 feet.
Okay. If she stood on a cocktail table and did a real good jump, she could get up there.
Would it make the difference if she ran up the wall?
Yeah, it would. Can
Because
she do that?
She has a 40-foot climbing speed too.
I'll
Well,
allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be up there. Like to go for it.
So, Kana sees Julius sort of wobble and glances up to see this guy like sort of making that gesture and shouts, "Spellcaster!" and runs like almost diagonally up the wall using her claws, because like armadillos have like big claws, kind of like the sloth does.
Yeah, they're both
And gets
Legonized.
within 10 feet of him, and she's going to use her bonus action to use the Slayer's Prey feature and target this raccoon.
Sounds rad.
and then attack with her whip.
Okay, yeah, do it.
First attack. That is a natural 20.
Wow.
Critical hit.
Second attack. That is a natural 1. Excellent.
All right. The
How do you want
duality
to roll critical hits?
of Delvers. Let's use my house rule. So if you roll a critical hit, just do max damage on any dice. Don't double anything. Just take as if you rolled max.
Okay. Then I am also, as part of this attack, going to move my favored foe mark to this guy, and I will indeed take max, which is going to be 4 plus 19 damage.
Okay. The raccoon sitting down makes a sound that sounds like "herk" as a snapping whip slashes across their chest. They are coping with this as best they can, but they are in pretty bad pain. Now it is Chong's turn.
Okay, so the people left where we are is Felix, right? Julius
Yep.
and me.
Yep.
Okay. How far away is Felix from us, or are we like clumped in together?
Within one move. Not clumped together, but within one move.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to like kind of shield Julius from whatever just hit Julius. And then I will actually cast Booming Blade on the packed weapon.
Oh
and
yeah.
then I'm going to hit one of them. And yeah, I'm going to hit one of them. Whether or not it succeeds, I'm going to like take a step back. Just a bit of a step back.
What
Just in
is the
case they-
pack weapon?
The
What is
surfboard.
your pack weapon? Oh, the surfboard sword. Right, yeah. Okay, so surfboard sword. All right, yeah. Do it.
Okay. I rolled a 17, which would give me a +9, so that would be 26. Okay, math.
Let me just check here.
Per-
Yeah, 26 is a good hit.
Yeah, okay. And
What if
then
I said it was a miss? That would be funny.
if it was a mess, oh my god. 2d8.
2d8.
What?
All right, roll it up.
Hold on. Let me just check a quick thing. Okay. 2d8. 9 thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
Yes.
To you and you are attacking
Oh.
the dog, right? Or the foxes.
The foxes, yes. Oh,
The
hold
foxes,
on,
yeah.
hold on. I misunderstood the spell. If they move, that's when the 2d8 activates. Is it all right that we save the 9 damage if they move?
That's fine, yeah. Does the weapon damage though?
The weapon damage would be 1d10. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. 1d10 plus 5, that's a 14 slashing.
14. Nice. Okay. Okay, so one of the foxes looks pretty severely wounded. But despite the wounds, is still moving with the same mannerisms as the other. They are still surrounding Chong, and they're gonna come in again. Still didn't like that, and they're coming in with more attacks.
Hmm.
Okay, that is 6 hits.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
4 plus. I love level 7. 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3. That's 12, right? Yeah. No, that's 13.
Anyone got any healing?
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I have ale.
So another stabbing storm rains down on you. These guys just stab, and they stab and they stab and they stab, and 31 damage rains down on you.
You know, that's just 1 damage more than my HP. So I'm like,
Oh dear.
oh
And
dear,
you're-
indeed.
It is lucky that it's only one more. I was going to ask. So you are down.
Mhm.
They do not look intent on stopping. Now it is the raccoon's turn. The raccoon turns to the source of the very nasty wound that they now have, and holds up both hands. I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
That's going to be not natural 20.
Wow. Okay. So
14 on the dice.
you hear the pop of magic coming into existence, and you sweep your legs out from under yourself and fall to your back. At the moment you do, you feel the wave of force pass over you and explode the wooden railing out into the room below. It rains splinters on your friends, but luckily it doesn't rain you on your friends. Julius, make me a wisdom
Cast.
save.
So, did the raccoon lose concentration on the curse, or is that still on me?
Good question.
Ooh.
Assuredly so. I'm going to roll, but almost certainly. I'm rolling for 20. 14. Yes, you are free from the curse.
Perfect. Kind of shake
noise-
it off.
Snaps out.
Julius rubs his forehead for a second, sort of catches eye what's happening here. We'll go up to Chong, who is on the ground between two foxes. Tries to like get in the way a little bit, can't, but as that happens, I'll kneel down and do lay on hands on Chong for 30 points of healing.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
use
you.
all of it, basically.
So Julius gives Chong the really good touch, and Chong springs back into like the land of the living.
And
Wounds
for
snapping shut.
bonus action,
Yeah.
I'll pull the great axe or battle axe out. It's this like, it looks just as nice as the rest of the gear. And I will cast Divine Favor, which sort of gives it a sort of light glow to this battle axe. Shield is still on my
Right.
back, unfortunately. Nothing can be done about that this turn, but that is my turn.
Okay. The golden lab is still frozen. Now it's Felix's turn. I don't have any more theatrical way to describe that. He cannot move and does not.
Keeping my 10-foot distance from them, I will throw 2 more swings their way. With stun, is that advantage? I forget.
I think the stunning strike lasts until the end of your next turn, right?
Yes, it's the end of my turn currently.
Yeah. And yeah, that's advantage.
Okay, I'll fish and see if we get something better. Assuredly not on 1, but that helps that 4. So lowest roll would be a 16 between the two?
Yeah.
Okay. The first one would be 8 points of slashing,
Okay.
and the second one would be 6.
Okay. The 2 slashes knock the sneaking Labrador onto the ground, sound out asleep, we'll say. Don't spend your key on that.
Huh?
Don't spend your key on that. He's already asleep.
Nah, I still got more I could do. I'm gonna
Sure.
wobble my way over to the two foxes.
Yeah, you've got more violence to do.
This is a weird mugging. Flurry of blows.
Roll
I
'em.
would like to target the one that's not looking as great.
Okay.
Okay, dice. You hurt my friend. My dice are mad. Lowest roll on the dice is a 17 plus 6.
Okay. So 23 lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call
One's
those
a
hits too.
17, the other's a 19.
We're gonna call those hits too.
And then 2 ones on the damage, so 8 total.
Okay, 8 is actually enough, as the TV show went. And one of the foxes disappears. He goes, oh, and then he's gone. And the other one looks
Like,
at you.
oof.
Yeah, like disappears, like a dead Jedi. The other one looks over at you. Oh, this just got interesting. Now it's Kana's turn.
Kana's turn.
Yep.
Okay. So first off, she is going to attack this raccoon again. Or like spring back up to her feet.
Yeah,
That is 16.
that's a hit.
Hit. I'm gonna roll the damage for this one first before I do other attacks because I want to know if it brings him down.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a pretty damn good roll. That is 16 damage. 2
Okay.
6s and a 1.
Yeah, how many attacks is that?
That was just her one. That was just one attack.
Okay, so the whip snaps across the raccoon's body, who has just enough time before falling unconscious to grin like a madman. Make a reflex saving throw. Or I'm sorry, dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. 12.
12 is no good.
Dice.
Okay. So you're going to take 35 damage, and you're going to be pushed back 10 feet. That puts you past the threshold of the edge of the upper level, and you are going to fall to the lower level and take 4 bludgeoning damage. The first set is force damage. The 4 is bludgeoning damage. You are knocked onto your back by a wave of force that explodes out as this person is rendered unconscious. It destroys all of the furniture in the upper level, fulfilling Freckles' fear, and also leaves you with a world of hurt on the entire front of your body from this intense force that has just train crashed into you. Now it's Jung's turn.
Well, she still has some movement technically.
Oh yeah.
Can she get up to her feet, and from this spot she has landed, I'm picturing her having landed on a table on the lower level. Can she draw her longbow, and she's not going to attack with it, but she's going to point it at the remaining fox. Say like, that's enough.
Sure. The fox smiles. What do you want me to do? Jung, it's your turn.
Jong's just like just staggers on their knees. I want you to sleep like I did. So Chong kind of uses the hilt of their sword, so it's non-lethal. They use their sword to basically just bonk the fox as much as they can with their long sword.
Okay.
Yeah, not so I'll just straight up roll a typical like weapon attack.
Sure.
19.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay. 5 plus 5. 10.
10. Okay. They stagger over, still smiling, turn to you. I wish you would die. Julius, your turn.
That woke Chong up. Wow.
Julius, you're up.
There's not a whole lot to do here other than take the shield off, properly put it on, and then just brace for the next sort of whatever happens. But it takes an act to put the shield on, so that's what
Julius is so soft. I love him. All right, it's Felix's turn.
I'm going to notice what Chong did and swing at the last fox, but backhand. Not
Okay.
going claw first, trying to see if we can render them non-combative.
Yeah.
One's an 18, the other is a 12.
Okay, the 18 hits, the 12 does not.
Okay. Oh, 9. So I guess
Okay.
it'd be bludgeoning because I'm using backhand.
All right, you drop him to one knee, but he is still technically up. Do you want to do anything else?
Stun.
Sure, yeah. Ooh, that's a 1. He's stunned. He's not doing anything. Kana, you're up.
Kana,
Descend on this person and just beat on him until he's out.
Kana
Go to sleep.
sees that he has been stunned. He's sort of like reeling there, and she lowers her bow, picks her whips back up, and sort of approaches. And she's just going to make the like unarmed attack, like with the back of her fist while clenching the whip on the back of this guy's head.
Roll. Roll with advantage that this person has like several other people around them.
It's gonna be 17.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Technically, she doesn't have unarmed strikes. So is it just 1 damage?
No, roll your whip damage. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm very agnostic when it comes to like how you describe your weapons attacks. As long as the game statistics are all good, you're good.
Well, that's a spicy 4.
4. They are out. They were paralyzed, but now they are unconscious. You are surrounded by unconscious people in a ruined bar room. The door you came through slams open as it hits the opposite wall. There is a large person standing in silhouette against the backdrop of the bar behind them. They step through. There is a woman standing before you. She must be 7.5 feet tall. She is white with big black spots. She is dressed in leather armor that shows off quite a few curves. And she has a set of horns on either side of her head. This is a bovine woman, a sort of anti-Pirua almost, who steps forward and looks at the four of you. Who in the hell are you?
We just
Close
needed
the
some
door.
information.
The door slams shut.
Very sloppy
paladin.
bow.
That's a monk. That's gotta be what order are you from? The order of drinking to excess?
Not far off. We
What
were
are you
told to
doing
come in this room to talk to somebody, and then a mugging tried to happen. And now you're
That's
here.
what they do. They're muggers.
Yeah. And now
They
they're
should
sleeping.
find a new career. Assuming
Yeah,
we're all
we're
still
gonna
alive.
reassign them. The ones who are still alive. It looks like they're all still alive. What a miracle.
Are you... What was it? Annalise? Was it?
Annalyn.
Annalyn.
Sergeant Annalyn. Though
Yes.
not to you, because you're the company of a paladin. What is a paladin doing in Thieves' Army territory? Let's sit down, I say, gesturing to the no remaining chairs in this room.
On the floor, it's fine. People do that
I
all
guess
the
we
time.
will. And she
Yep.
does. She walks over to a spot on the floor where there was a chair, but now there is a battered bunch of firewood on the wall behind it, and sits down. Please join me.
Absolutely.
Parlay.
Mm-hmm. Julius
Beverage.
will come, sit crisscross applecross across from her, and just stare intently.
I love them so much.
No, we were trying to tell the fine canine fellow behind your bar that this paladin is entirely harmless. We just wanted to talk.
A glowing axe right now.
To
But
be fair,
So,
didn't attack any of
young-
the people in this room.
stupid, rich, gorgeous, you must be a delving crew. Correct?
yes, you are correct.
Spectacular
Do you
teamwork.
think I look good?
Oh, honey.
I'm
You do.
flattered.
You look great, actually. We're not here to delve right now, though. I'm simply here to find out
You're
about
not
my
in the dungeon.
sister. It's not. I didn't expect to find this here, but it is what we found. I just want to know about my sister. Simple
There's a
question.
paladin arrested in this part of town. We're trying to find out who arrested her and where she was arrested.
You're Julius.
I am.
That makes a lot of sense. She leans forward and kind of furrows her brow as she thinks for a moment. So you don't know. How do you not know? Did you go and visit her?
Yeah, we went and talked, if you could call it that. She didn't seem herself. She smelled bad also. And both of those are just not like her.
Are you a new paladin? Are you like straight
mean-
off the signing bonus?
I mean, no, I've been doing it for like a little while, right? Like, give me some credit here, but I mean, not as much as she's been doing it, right? Like, following in her footsteps, doing what I can for a little while, but
Did he fall on his pretty head
no,
at some point? I used to be like you. I used to be mother guard, actually, and I got out of the business to go into a different business. And I want to know, why didn't you give your sister the eyes?
What?
This the paladin eyes. You didn't check her for a nature. Did
no,
you?
she's my sister. Why would I do that?
That's not your sister, honey.
What do you mean?
We've been looking for your sister because, see, the people who have your sister and who are using that thing to try and frame her are causing us problems because the crime that they're trying to frame her for involves the Thieves' Army. And we are not in the business that they are accusing us of being in through her with falsified evidence. So we've actually been trying to get a hold of you, but Delvers are tricky to get a hold of and expensive to send spells to. Your sister is missing, but you have more pressing issues.
Like what?
Well, you have a demon in the jailhouse.
Oh. Yeah, that seems pretty bad, actually.
It's a good thing we didn't let her out.
Yeah, I'll say she probably didn't want to be out. She's
She
there
seemed
for a
pretty
reason.
insistent. Yeah.
She's
He
a
did seem
decoy.
very adamant to stay.
She's there to stand trial and drag us all down with her.
We should probably do something about that.
Noble.
Chong, I know your job
Yeah,
sort
no.
of is in jeopardy if we don't, so we should go take care of that.
And Chong just looks at Julius with gratitude, but also like, no, just. And then Chong is like, it's okay. I can find another job. It's fine. Delving, consistent. Don't worry about the crown guard thing. Okay.
Regardless, we
And-
should do something about the demon that looks like my sister.
Annalyn leans forward. I want you to be careful, but I want you to deal with this for us because it's not just crime or, legal trouble that we're looking at. This is serious, and it's the kind of serious that my men can handle. I'm glad you're here.
If
When-
we do
when
this,
she says that, Kana kind of looks over to the crumpled, unconscious people behind her.
Julius coughs a little bit into his hand, and there's like some blood there, but he just kind of brushes that off. If we do this for you, which it sounds like you want us to, then I expect help finding my sister.
Deal. You go kill that thing, and I'll find where your sister is. You're an interesting paladin. Unorthodox.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe stupid, but unorthodox.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say, yeah, unorthodox is a good word, actually. That's what I would have said.
Go kill that thing. And I'll find where your sister's hanging out.
Thank you. Does that sound
And the
good
rest
to
of
the
you.
rest of you?
If you're looking for jobs, I might have jobs for you at some point. Legal jobs, so you don't upset your paladin. But here, she reaches into a pocket in her armor. Here's my card.
Kana would take that with great interest.
Come find me if you're looking for what's your word? Leads. I might have something for you. Go.
Where
You
should
have
we
a deal.
find you after we go handle this thing?
Well, you invaded my hideout.
We
And
probably shouldn't come back here.
it's all right.
Is-
You'll be much more welcome here next time. They're not going to bother you again. You've earned their respect.
Kind
You've earned
of
my
slowly looks to an unconscious body again.
Very respectful, yes, I can tell. There's a certain reverence they have for us now.
They weren't going to kill you. Well, except for the foxes. I don't know about them.
They're kind of weird.
I don't
What?
like them either.
What of
Raccoon
them,
tried to
like,
explode me.
Yeah. It might be only one of them. We're not really sure about them. We're still checking them out.
Yeah, I'm
never seen one
gonna
just
be.
pop.
I'm just gonna chill. Like,
We should probably
I-
do it in
I-
the morning, yeah.
oh boy,
Quick
thank
nap.
Kana's going to reach over and touch Chong on the shoulder and is going to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Please take 9 HP back.
Thank you.
But seriously, like she looks very serious. Seriously, don't wait. Go.
Okay, but
Don't
maybe
let that thing influence anyone else. I don't know what it's already done.
Hmm.
I don't know how it even got here.
We did lock the jail on our way out, didn't we?
Oh, you locked it. Okay.
Yeah. It's very responsible.
We should
Um,
probably go.
But I don't know when the
Yep, yep,
next
yep, yep.
person for shift would get there.
Oh yeah, the demon is alone with a bunch of criminals. It's nobody else, so it's probably fine. Let's maybe I'm actually kind of hurt a little bit though, so I don't know, maybe we can like
Yeah,
regroup and discuss a plan, but
take a breather.
If you need to rest, you can rest here, but don't take so long because it's not just like they don't just eat people or like stab them. They infect. I've seen what they do, and it is bad. I was Mother Guard for a reason. I dislike demons a lot more than I dislike paladins.
sensible.
Is there any information you can give us on fighting such a creature?
You have a paladin. Use the paladin. You look kind of creepy. She looks she looks over at Chong. You probably know something about this.
I don't know.
I'm kind of new to all the pew 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 kind of thing, so don't hold me onto that. I'm just here helping.
It is worrying what the powers that be will do with their power these days. I have to go. I have 101 other things to be doing. And if I can trust anyone to handle this, it would be the four of you. So stay here as long as you need to, but don't stay here too long. I'm leaving. And Annalyn stands up. She brushes herself off. Good luck. She leaves. So you're just alone with her unconscious goons now.
Can I kind of attempt to see if I can keep them from bleeding out, the ones that are?
Yeah, they
I don't
won't.
want to kill these people.
None of them are going to die.
Okay. I'd still take a minute and just like check on everybody, just like
Get them lined
Okay.
up.
roll them into a line.
So are you going to rest here?
Short rest might be the thing to do.
Yeah, short rest.
All right, short rest. So they wake
Kana-
up in that
Kana
short
was
rest time.
actually, Kana was actually going to suggest we short rest, like very close to the prison in case something has been happening.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So you leave. You walk out of the back room, and they don't want it to sound like conversation stops, so everyone can watch you leave in silence. But that is definitely the vibe. There is a certain begrudging, fearful respect, maybe at Annalyn's behest, but probably not given your performance. You leave with more renown than you came into this place with.
I do leave the foxes one of my mugs.
Is there any signature mark of yours on your mugs?
This is not my personal mug, so it's just like a regular wooden mug, but just gonna leave it for them. They wanted mugs, they got it.
Okay. So the four of you leave and head back toward the jail. Again, takes you about a half an hour to get there. You probably ride like a stagecoach or something. And when you get close to the jailhouse, you walk around on the dirt path, and you find it is locked down. Turns out there were people impersonating law enforcement, and there was what they're treating as a siege on the jailhouse. And there are a lot of Crown Guard around. What do you do?
Should probably take a little break, a little breather.
Yeah, so you take a rest. You can hang out of sight, like at a coffee house near there, and kind of recuperate. Spend hit dice as you like. Get back what you get back. Get a short rest.
So
Hit dice is plus Constitution, right?
Yeah.
While we're thinking about it, Chong is going to Chong has this look of intense concentration on their face, and they approach the others after really thinking about it and says, "So we're gonna go in the prison to check on that demon, right?
Yes, that is the plan.
Because I learned this really cool thing
Oh,
where I can go in and out of places really far.
that is cool.
Yeah, I can
How's that
only
work?
do it twice at the moment.
I think we only have to
Can
do it
you
once.
bring us?
I can only bring one.
Oh.
Well, if they're worried about people who impersonated Crownsguard, I'm pretty sure you, Chong, are the only one anybody saw. So as long as we can keep them from recognizing you, we can probably make a case to be let in if we tell them about this demon.
Sure.
I
I
mean,
mean,
we
we've
are
got a paladin with
Delvers.
us, so they're going to listen to us, right? We've got a paladin with us.
Very trustworthy.
Okay. So,
One-
zoom, one place to another, plan B. Plan A is talk.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them. Tell them. I'll explain it all, right? And then they'll let me in, and you, and the four of us will strike down this demon.
Okay.
We may want to
What the hell?
leave out the last couple hours from that explanation.
Yeah, we don't need to tell them how you necessarily learned this. You're a paladin, so of course you know this.
That makes sense. Yes.
Out of character, it is understood in the beast world that paladins do not lie. If you demonstrate to yourself to be a paladin, your word is taken as bond. If you pretend to be a paladin, other paladins will find you because they take this reputation very seriously because it's important to doing their work. Exactly this kind of work. If they say someone is a demon, they need to be believed. This is exactly the kind of reason why paladins have a perfect reputation when it comes to their word. So this is exactly the kind of thing that you have an advantage in.
Good to
Seems
know.
like a plan. Once we're all set, then I think that the four of us will head down there.
Okay. So you head back to the same door of the jailhouse that you were in earlier today. And this time there are crown guard on either side, ones who look awake and stop you immediately. What is your business here?
My name is Julius. I believe there to be a demon residing inside your jailhouse.
One looks to the other. They look back at you. Okay. Go in. They push the door open.
I look to the others and say, let's go. Step inside.
You step right inside. The one that said okay peers around the corner as you walk in, looks at the 3 crown guard that are inside, one of whom is the sergeant, one of the sergeants who Chong gave orders to. That one, the aging Doberman, opens his mouth to say something, but the one outside says, "Demon, take them where they want to go." The aging Doberman closes his mouth begrudgingly, gives you a we'll talk about this later look, and then opens the door and slides it open. By all means.
Thank you. We will return shortly.
So the 4 of you walk back. Are you walking straight up to the cell?
Yeah, pretending like he knew about it all along. Julius will cast Divine Sense
Yeah,
as an action.
divine sense.
He opens up his awareness to detect, what is this here? Any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Yeah. So you walk up to your sister's cell,
Mm-hmm.
where she still sits, the same stare forward, and that thing is on nature. That is a fiend. It glows with the same blackish red that you have only seen once before, and that was in your training. They keep a demon bound to teach paladins what it looks like. And there it is, very much unbound. And all of the warnings from your training about how without the 1,000 golden cords keeping the one that they had down, it will go wherever it wants and will do whatever it wants if it's here. Suddenly the cell that has been, like, you have been assuming, like, oh, it's, it's in jail. It's like it's in a cardboard box in your mind.
No words. Just look to the rest. A single nod. And then pull out the battle axe and shield.
While he's doing that, Kana, knowing that this must be some kind of demon, I'm going to use Hunter's Sense, which is as an action I can choose a creature I can see and discern immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Oh, cool. Okay. What does that look like? What do you think that looks like?
So Kana sort of steps up to the bars and is kind of narrowing her eyes and glaring at this creature. Because she does not see it as like a person. She was suspicious before, but she just does not see it as a person now. And she's sort of glaring and trying to look through them with this ranger sense that she learned in the desert.
Cool. So you get resistances and immunities?
Yeah, and vulnerabilities.
Right. So it's resistant to cold, fire, lightning, as well as bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It is immune to poison and the poisoned condition.
Kind of takes a step back and looks to the others, and she has a look of concern in her eyes. Says, "This thing is much tougher than it appears." And she's gonna say, like, "If you're going to hit it with your hands or whatever, make sure you're putting everything you have behind it." He's gonna kind of convey the ways they should avoid damaging it if they happen to have any tools or anything of that nature.
Question: how do you get rid of it again? Do you just, I don't know, do you need a spell?
I think if you blast it enough times, that'll do it.
Okay, gotcha.
Just keep blasting this
Kill
thing.
the hell out of it.
It's listening to this conversation.
Yeah, I was going to ask what it's
Sorry,
doing.
he's listening to this conversation.
Okay.
No reaction.
Well, Julius, you first?
Actually, I'd
Were
like
they
you
given the
to
keys to the
comment.
cell?
Yes.
It's behind bars, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well take some shots.
Okay.
Before any of that starts, though, there's one last thing that Julius will do. Out of the back sort of pocket, he brings out a vial. It's like a small jar of water that swirls with like specks of like silver, and holds it up and casts a spell, and the water disappears from the vial, and I'm casting protection from evil and good on Chong. Chong cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by a fiend, and fiends have disadvantage on attack rolls made against the person.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Paladin magic being used
Oh,
brings a sound from the creature sitting in the shadows about 12 feet back in this jail cell. There is a low, guttural growl that comes from the back of the cell, and slowly, your sister stands up.
Kind of would like to cast Hunter's Mark on on the creature.
Roll initiative.
It's going to be
Okay.
a 14.
14 for me too.
That's a natural 1 for a 4.
and 11.
You are appropriately slow in initiative. Julius, what'd you
Oh,
roll?
it's the same initiative.
11.
Yes. Okay. I'm
So
happy I
fun.
won initiative. This is going to be cool. Okay. Everybody roll me dexterity saves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You
Oh,
can
God.
do it with +2 because there's an aura of protection about you.
Ooh.
The paladin is helping.
Paladins are so
That's a-
cool.
That's a 10.
Insufficient. Sorry. Kana, what'd you roll?
I got a 16.
Okay.
You
Felix?
said that was a +2?
Yeah, +2 for being within 10 feet of this
Okay,
big shining squirrel.
so 18.
Great.
And then
Ulysses, what'd you roll?
13.
Okay, so Felix and Kana dive out of the way of this and get out of the way just in time. The demon in Julius's sister's body dives forward at a speed that you were not prepared to deal with, given how slow it stood. And it separates the bars of the front of its cell from the stone columns that it was set into and smashes them against the opposite bars. 2 people get out of the way. 2 people are sandwiched between them. Take 16 bludgeoning damage as you are smashed between them, and you are grappled. It has you both grappled. Oh, by the way, all of you are going to... Any creature that starts a turn within 10 feet of this thing must succeed in a DC 14 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned until the start of its next turn. On a successful saving throw, the creature is immune to this stench for 24 hours. This thing smells like hell.
Okay.
It is Kana's turn.
Okay. I'm going to make that save first. That was a wisdom save?
No, that's a Constitution save.
Constitution, right. Does a 12 make it?
No. You are poisoned until the start of your next turn.
Within
You have
10 feet of Julius, you get a +2 to that save.
Oh, 14?
14 makes it. You make it and you are immune to the effect from now on. Good use of +2.
Ah. Fantastic. Okay. Was she able to get that hunter's mark cast off before we started?
No, that's what you were doing.
No.
That's what you were going to do with initiative. But you can do something else if you want.
Okay. She is as a bonus action, she's going to mark this thing with Slayer's Prey. And she's going to... How far away is she from it right now?
10 feet.
10
Just
feet.
under 10. Yeah.
She is going to take a number of steps backwards, about 30 feet worth of steps backwards, in fact, drawing her longbow in the process. And she's going to attack twice. One of these is a 21. The other one is a 14.
21 is a good hit.
Just the 21?
Yep.
All right. Then I will also do Favored Foe when I do hit it, which gives me a little extra damage.
Okay.
Wow. A 1, and a 5. 10 damage.
What kind of damage? It's like really important.
Oh, it's just regular piercing damage. Yeah, damn.
Okay. 2 arrows fly at this thing. One of them just bounces off its cheek as if it was its armor. The other one grazes against it, and the transmutation holding it within Julius's sister's body is beginning to fail. It is beginning to pop out and grow. Its skin sort of warping and darkening into this dark, muddy gray brown. It is halfway through this transformation and looks pretty happy to be back into its natural state. Chong, your turn.
I looked at Julius really quick, like all sandwiched up. So holy things, right? That hurts. Okay. But also con save first, right?
Yep.
Because of the stench. 18.
18 is good.
Yay.
Not bad, but not
And
that bad.
yeah, so bonus action, I'm going to cast Branding Smite on
Branding
my
Smite.
on my surfboard. And I'm going to just slash it with the surfboard.
Cool.
If ever.
The bars. Yeah.
Yes. 17 to hit.
Yeah. That
Okay.
is a hit.
Okay. So 12 slashing, and then hold on. $13 radiant.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That growl begins to grow again, and the radiant damage really grows it out. It has a large maw that stretches shoulder to shoulder, and a mouth full of wicked teeth. The sister's eyes have drifted out several feet as it has grown out to 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide, with two large, three-clawed hands. Now it is Julius's turn. Julius hears the demon's voice in his mind, asking if he would like to visit Oblivion. It is your turn.
So the poison part is first. That is a 12, which I don't think is enough.
It is not.
Okay, so what does poison do to me here?
You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
That's rough. Regardless, currently grappled, seeing
Yes.
the damage that was dealt, Julius will swing his axe, trying to get this thing.
Cool.
6 was the low roll plus 8. 15 to hit.
15 is not good enough.
Not enough. Okay. 1 second here. Even though it misses, with the shield in his arm, he will. Oh, actually, get 2 attacks. We'll swing first and again. That is 23 with disadvantage. Pretty
Wow.
good.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And this will be a divine smite along with it. So it will be.
I would hope so.
3 plus 7, so 10 slashing damage from a magic weapon, and then a level 2 spell slot for 12 divine damage, radiant damage.
It shrieks in pain, and you hear that in your mind and ears simultaneously, all 4 of you. It is reaching out, and you feel the mental claws of this creature scratching at the surface of your mind, trying to find a way in. Felix, it's your turn.
Bonus action, actually. I will attempt to
yeah.
shove the demon. So with the damage dealt, one hand on his forehead, he will try to push this thing away, which I have no idea how it's going to work with grapple. So that's for you to decide. But it's an athletics check.
If something forces it to move, it loses grapple. That's how it works.
So this is a shove attempt, which is just, I believe it's athletics contest.
Yep. Oh, it rolled bad.
So did I.
That's bad.
I rolled a 3 plus 7, which is 10.
It rolled a 5 plus 4, which is 9.
It is pushed 5 feet away from both Julius and Chong.
You do exactly the same thing it did, which is fucking rad. You just push it back off. It's now holding the cell and glaring at you with glowing eyes through it. But you're both free. Now it's Felix's turn.
Okay, starting with the save. That's a 9 plus 3 plus 2, 14.
That +2 is clutch. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to move back into within 10 feet of it and take 2 swipes. The low roll is a 10 on the die, so 16, and then the other one's a 16 on the die plus that.
What's the total in the second one?
Oh, the first one is a total of 16. The second one is a total of 24.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Yeah, those are both hits.
Okay. The first one is 4 magical slashing damage because magic hands.
Yep.
And then the second is 7. I will attempt a stunning strike.
Yeah. Constitution save? Or no, wisdom save.
Wisdom 14 DC.
Okay, it passes its save. So it shakes off the strike to its key. It has like its body is in the middle of a change, and you're unable to find the right point to strike to get to its mind to stop it from moving.
I'm gonna try again and flurry of blows.
Sure.
See if I can't get another hit in there.
Yeah, I think you can only attempt a stunning strike once per turn, but you can definitely flurry of blows.
It just says whenever you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend a key point.
Cool. All right.
But if you want to do one a turn, I'm perfectly okay with that.
That's cool. Take all the advantages you can get. This thing is 1 CR higher than your level, so.
Okay. I'm very flexible with house table rules, so either way works. Low roll of the 2 flurry of blows is a 17. That's an 11 plus 6.
That's a hit.
Okay, so another 4, another 4, and then 8. And we'll try just one more for the stunning strike.
Okay. That is another pass. So
Okay.
you just can't get purchase, but you do hurt it a lot. Every one of your claws seems to be sinking in and rending this thing from being real anymore.
Sure.
But now it is its turn.
I will do one more thing real quick. Because I used my flurry of blows. Where'd it go? Drunken technique. When I use flurry of blows, I gain the benefit of disengage, and my speed is increased by 10. I'm going to back off like 10 feet from the creature.
Okay. It is offended by Julius and is going to attack him. Its claws and its biting maw are just snapping out at anything it can reach. Let's roll some attacks. That is a 1. The bite is no good. 22 is a hit. And 17 is a miss. 17's no good.
The shield up.
Nice. So that's 1 claw. You're going to take 7 plus 4 is 11 damage, slashing damage.
Okay.
And I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wow, that is pretty good. That is 20. 17 plus 3.
20. Do you have any kind of advantage on frightening?
I do not.
Okay.
Chong currently
Either
does.
way, you shrug off the images that this thing is putting in your mind, is what I'll say. Now, it is Kana's turn.
Okay, Kana, as a bonus action, is going to cast Hunter's Mark. And when she does, sort of like, it's only there for a second, but there's a ray of silvery light that like emerges from like her solar plexus and goes straight towards the demon.
Cool.
And then I'm going to take 2 more attacks with my bow.
Yeah.
Let's see, that one is not going to hit. That's a 12. And this one does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
2 arrows.
Just the one hit. The other one was a 12 on the dice.
Yep.
Six, 12, 16, 17, 20 damage.
What kind of damage?
It's all piercing again.
Okay. You sink an arrow into the top of its head right here. Its gaze snaps to you, and it picks up a chunk of the stone that was holding the cell in and just hurls it straight at your head. Luckily, you're able to duck it as it shatters against the wall behind you. Now it is Chong's turn. Oh, I can't hear you.
You are muted.
Sorry. First thing I'm
Don't worry.
gonna do is Hexblade's curse on the creature. So bonus to damage rolls equal to proficiency bonus. Critical on a 19 or 20 on
Nice.
the d20, and the hit points thingy. And I'm going to rush forward and try to stab it through. It's sandwiched between the bars, right? Because of Julius. Is it
Holding the
still-
bars like a shield right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just stab it through the bars. Okay, so that's a longsword. 26 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 1d5. That would be 1d10 plus 9. So 14 slashing. Because from my charisma and my proficiency. So that would be. Yeah, that would be 9. Yeah, 9.
9 damage.
Oh no, 14, sorry.
14.
My
What kind of damage?
slashing. And then I still have the branding smite on since
Sorry, one
hex-
second. Is it a magic weapon?
yes.
Okay.
Cracked weapon is a magic weapon. Yes.
Okay.
And then since I still have the branding smite as concentration, Hexblade is just bonus action, like it's just cursed for 1 minute. So branding.
Okay.
Yeah, so I still have to roll for the radiant damage.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
11 radiant.
Nice.
Yes.
You have its attention.
Oh.
It is going to turn its body and attempt to slash the edges of the iron bars across your body like a rake.
Disadvantage because of the protection from good and evil that's on her. Or him.
The second roll's a miss. So yeah, you feel the protection of good and evil. Just kind of, you feel some kind of force just step you back a half step as the bars just whiff across your body. Julius, your turn.
Julius will move forward and stand right next to Chong. And instead of attacking, he will hold up his shield, and a bright light will flash from it. I'm going to channel divinity and try to turn the unholy. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw. 13 DC.
Okay, what happens on a fail?
The fiend is turned A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me as it can. And it can't willingly move within 30 feet of me. It cannot take reactions, and for its actions, it can only use the dash action to try to escape. It seems very strong against demons. So.
Yeah. Interesting. You all, and by you all, I mean everyone in the jailhouse, hears this thing shriek. It is strange to hear such an unholy creature afraid. But the beginning of the shriek is like monstrous, but the end of it is almost like a whimper of a coward. Felix, it's your turn. Oh, I think you are muted. I cannot hear you.
I should be. Hello?
There you
go. Right there?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
My mic didn't say I was muted. Weird.
I'm
going to wobble my way back into range of the fiend and take 2 more swings at it.
Okay.
One of them is an 8 to hit. That's a 2 on the die. And the other one is an 18 plus 6.
That is a hit.
That one is 9 for the damage.
Slashing? Magic slashing?
Magic slashing.
Okay.
And seeing it frightened of Julius, I'm gonna kind of see what happens and leave it at the 2 blows.
Okay. It is its turn. It stays the same size, but at the same time, this thing, this something from somewhere else, shrinks. So imperceptibly, it moves, scampers back like a wounded rat against the corner of the cell, and can't go any farther, and scratches against the back of the cell, whining. Kana, it's your turn.
So, if I'm understanding the layout right, it is no longer in line of sight of me since it ran back into its cell and I've gone down the hall.
Yep.
All right, so Kana is going to curse and she's going to drop her longbow. And as she's running up to the cell, going to draw both of her whips. She can draw them both at the same time because of dual wielder.
Okay.
And is she able to get up to the cell enough that she can make an attack?
Yeah.
She's going to do that. She's going to make 2 attacks plus bonus action, 3rd attack.
Yep.
One's a 6 on a die. That's 12. It's going to miss. The other one's 15. That's 22. And 14, 20.
2 hits.
Two, 6, 13, 16. It's a lot of dice. 21 damage. It is all slashing, regular slashing damage, though.
Okay. Chong, it's your turn. This thing looks severely wounded and is beaten into the corner.
Chong feels some of pity for it, and they don't know why.
Interesting.
So they kind of like just hold out the sword without moving closer, and there's a and then just blasts 2 eldritch blasts at it.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait. 7, 15. Does that hit?
No.
No. Okay. Same roll. Never mind.
No, that's good. That's good. That's interesting. So,
Yeah.
in his pity, the Eldritch Blasts fly wide. And that's interesting because this thing is afraid, but you've never, like, in your rational mind, you've never seen anything that deserved to be afraid more than this thing. But that's interesting that the warlock would feel that pull. Julius, send this thing back to hell. You are muted. Discord has just decided to mute us.
There's no hesitation. Unlike Chong, Julius knows exactly what happens. He'll step up, past them, up to the demon. He will take 2 swings. The first roll is 26. The second is 25.
Yeah, you can't knock down this thing. You destroy
the
it.
Holy Smite is involved. Yes.
You destroy it.
Yep.
You've never felt, probably never felt more purposeful in the wielding of Piroa's power, and rid the world of something really, really bad for it. With the second of the 2 hits, it is rendered flat against the ground, and what was once a true danger to the world is now a pile of garbage. Stinking detritus to be swept up. Despite the questionable moral nature of everyone who was forced to watch this encounter, the prison erupts into applause. The door from the front, bound, snaps free of the magic holding it shut, and it slams forward as Crown Guard come piling in. What happened?
Done. She's dead. The demon that looked like my sister.
Standing in the back of this group of 6 or so Crown Guard is a tall bovine silhouette. It gestures like this. The end. That session. That's it. So yeah. I hope you had a good time. That's that was it. I loved all of your characters. Thank you so much for playing with us. And
that was wonderful.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. So to those of you who are watching, that is just a little bit of stuff from our book, The Delver's Guide to Beast World. You can find out more in the chat. We are, Celius and Lexi and I are working really hard on it. And we are going to be releasing it soon. So if you're interested, we would love to share it with you. We are really passionate about delivering something professional and enjoyable. So that's pretty much it. It is past my bedtime. So on behalf of my players, I want to thank Mitzi and Otter, and of course, Lexi and Celius. We'll see you next week at the same time for another one shot. And with that, good night.
Bye. Bye.